We're live on the internet. I think everything is working. I see Vine bars. They're dancing around. Hello. How are you guys?
Great.
Hello.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
There's so many people. There's so many boxes.
I know. It's
I
exciting.
know.
7 of us. It's been like quite a long time since we had 7 of us. I had it was perfect time because I was rebuilding the whole OBS anyway, and I was like, well, we need a new layout because there's a lot of people. Welcome back. What's going on? It's Tuesday. We were talking about all the movies Kurt suggested we might rank. All the movies.
All the movies.
Every movie.
All of them. Every single one.
Name a movie. The Labyrinth.
We all froze on name a movie.
Hey, Kurt, where do you put the Labyrinth in your rankings of all movies?
Name a movie!
Name a
Exactly. Troy got my
There we
reference.
go. We love to hear it.
I tried to play the other
Name a
half of the
woman.
reference modes. I was right there.
Yeah.
Labyrinth is a top 20 movie. I concur. Yeah. David Bowie coverage, if for nothing else, right?
I do like the idea that you're gonna rank the movies and also just do it not in any order.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Name-
no.
You name a movie, I'll
No.
rank it. I'll tell you
I
like
think
where it
Jennifer-
is roughly.
Right. I give you a
I-
movie.
I think
24th of
The fun thing
movies.
for me would be like, I think the fun thing for me would be a podcast where you try and decide whether it's a top 100 movie or not, but you don't keep track of how many movies
Yeah.
you've already put in the 100.
Yeah.
So you just, and then the moment where you put like 101st movie in.
I think
the
you need,
podcast
like, yeah, you
is
need like like, you know, in like some podcasts where they'll like have somebody who like isn't really on the podcast. They're like there as like the background. They're keeping track, and then they just like end the podcast as soon as you've put the 100th movie in. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's like producer Joan.
keep going.
Are we there yet? Nope. How many more?
You ask every week.
I can't tell you that.
Love it. Joan.
I don't know why I've decided her name is Joan.
Joan.
Maybe it's because of the Joan hate on Robin and Keevan Need a podcast.
Oh no, they
that I
hated
finally listened to this week.
on Jones. in
Did not
general,
like the name
not like
Joan.
a specific Joan. Huh?
All Jones.
All I saw was all.
It was in the context of the three-name actor Melissa Joan Hart, and Rob's contention is that Joan was the worst
Wow, I
name.
think it probably is. Melissa Joan Hart, probably she's a bit probable.
Careful what you tread here on this one about one of the names, because it'll be like.
Oh no, we love that.
Heart. We very much love it.
Yeah, we love it.
Heart.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
band.
we heart to heart.
That's good.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I missed you
I
all.
missed you guys as well. For anybody like keeping track here, episode 3 it's going to be an eternal thorn in my side as I have been fighting technical issues. But it seems like we're back stronger than ever. We have like some crystal clear video feeds. It looks good. It sounds good. I feel like it's good. I feel like this is mostly good. Yeah. Do you guys like remember how to play
Mostly.
D&D? Mostly.
No.
No. Well, thankfully, Roll20, I just have
Nope.
to click on stuff, so it takes
Yeah.
care for me.
It's great. Yeah.
There's not any dice involved in this game, are there?
No.
No.
Oh yeah, roll 20. That's
hate-
a thing.
No
What?
dice. Just roll 20.
dice.
Just
No
algorithms.
dice.
Okay.
Well, out of
A lot of
spite, I
random
kind
number
of just want to
generators.
roll my
Yeah,
dice
that's true.
now.
Maybe today is the day that I actually use physical dice.
Oh.
Do we just decide right now that we're using
pop it
physical
over
dice?
there.
Is that like a thing? Because I spent so much money on dice when we first started this, and I
Same.
barely used them.
Let's do it. Let's.
I
mean,
mean,
like, I have-
let's do it. Tonight
think
is
there was
physical
a
dice
beauty.
night.
I will say,
Well, not everyone
Rich
has.
is
to.
just
Not
set up
everyone
nice.
has.
He's
to.
like, I got the roll 20 screen on the new
Yeah.
OBS. I'll roll my dice off camera, sir.
Doing it.
Maybe. I'll tell you what. I'm
Yeah.
gonna set aside a D20 for a
Mhm.
specific moment in tonight's episode. You know
That's
the
true.
moment because you've read the script, and when that time comes,
It's a good script
make
this
me,
week.
Wow.
make me roll that die.
That
You know
Reggie,
what?
that Reggie
Otherwise, I'll
third
use
death
roll
saving
20.
throw is gonna be so fun.
Oh, that's what I save my physical dice for.
Actually,
Death saving throws.
everything just
Sorry.
clenched very.
Troy's getting gripped. In honor of our return to the internet, if you guys want to roll physical dice, screw it. Let's just roll physical dice. Who cares? Roll 20 out the window for tonight. That's fine. You're still gonna have to like spam your spells in the chat so that the friendly viewers can read what's
Sure.
going on. But otherwise, I don't care. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get wild. F it. Let's do it live.
Let's do it.
As opposed to
Go,
every week,
Mark.
which has been taped.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Troy did just admit to the script, so I figure we might as well let that.
Yeah, but the good part is this part's in the script, so we're already on script by talking about the script. It's really a meta
Yeah,
sort of
meta.
situation.
That's a place in the tropics I always wanted to go to. Was meta. So we should play the Dungeons and Dragons, I guess. Right? I think this is like the first time that we have like all 6 of you guys here, the full cast of season 2 of Dragonfly. We got like the whole team. I'm like very excited. I'm a little intimidated. There's like a lot of you guys looking back at me, but I'm like pretty much ready for it. I feel good about it. Is there any like housekeeping stuff we need to go over? Is there any like bookkeeping, mechanical questions, stuff like that?
I think so. 6, right?
Yeah, we're still.
Yeah.
I mean, we're inside a dwarven fortress, and we'll
Indeed
find a
we
way to
will.
find each other.
Yeah, all right. I guess that if we all remember how to play D&D and we have our physical dice, that
I
this
guess
would
I
be...
need to get that. They're over there. That's so.
Yeah, go get them. Sure, go get them.
Yeah, go get him. Do it.
Go,
Alright, I'm
go
gonna get
retrieve.
my dice. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it.
retrieve
do
the
it.
on dice. We'll wait for the recap until. Does anybody else need to go get dice? Go get your dice, friends. Feel
Mine are
free.
right over
Yeah.
there.
Okay, fine. If you
Yes.
really want me,
Yes.
do you
like,
want me to
yes.
get physical dice? I was really just trolling
It's
you.
over
it.
now. Now I'm getting my dice.
Happening.
Now
Now
you
it's
guys are
happening.
screwed. Now everybody.
roll physical dice. I love it. Yeah, I keep my bag close at hand, and I'm gonna use my metal dice so it'll sound extra spicy.
I have
will
this
use my
dice
metal
box
dice.
that I have not really used that my brother got me for my birthday that Rich helped, and it has Reya right there.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
yes. I'm gonna use my one ring.
Okay,
Dice
I just
tray.
rolled
And
5 d20s, and I rolled 2 nat
you
ones,
better get
a
on
nat
that roll
2,
20
and
real
2
quick, my
10s.
friend. That doesn't
What?
feel good.
Not
I
feeling
was
great.
showing
I'm
Taylor and
feeling
Chris this
great.
yesterday.
Get them
but
out
this
now.
is
Get
my-
them out now.
This is my Dragonfly notebook,
yeah.
and I don't know how well it tracks, Kevin. But specifically, I have the Iron Giant with the TARDIS.
With the
for
TARDIS? That's amazing.
Yeah,
you, with
so
the
good.
TARDIS for you.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I'm
I just
not gonna
wanted to
use
make
the
sure.
cleric dice.
For some reason, all my dice stuff is wolf themed. I couldn't tell you why.
Oh, weird.
But I have
Hmm.
I have my fancy dice bag
Ooh.
and my fancy dice box that has like an engraved.
Yeah, I
on
just
it.
have a
It's
very
all very
basic like D&D
Mhm.
dice. bag.
Twilight fan. That's
I just got leather bags that came in, but I got these nice. I really like these. They're metal, and they have
Yeah,
3 sets of them: this blue one, a green one, and some white ones.
they're pretty gorgeous. I have an awesome bronze set that one Kurt Clark sent me years ago for Christmas, and they're like my danger dice. I break them out when like stuff gets real.
Oh, jeez.
I've got my
I'm breaking out the
pretty,
Vexalia dice.
My
Ooh,
friend
nat
made
one.
my blue Sorlock, fathomless one, water genasi.
Those are very
dice.
nice.
Dope. That was from your friend's company who makes dice.
Yeah, she's. I don't think she's selling them quite yet, but I think there's like work in progress to get to that point. So,
That's
Mm.
very exciting. That's very
That's
cool
super
stuff.
exciting.
but yeah,
Okay,
they've got
cool.
like little waves in them too because of my water genasi.
Well, now we all have dice, so now we are really ready to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Exciting.
Dare I say, to the Dungeons and the Dragons. So shall we? Shall we then?
You shall.
We shall. What are we doing? Where are we? What's happening?
Exactly.
Oh,
Where we last left our heroes, the lot of you, after your altercations and interactions with Occam the Builder, ruler of the Aether Station, you managed to turn back on that enemy, defeating him, driving him to his death, retaking that fallen dwarf fortress, once a smuggling port, and establishing it as a sort of hub of markets and operations in the deep of space. Departing, the group of you were making your way to the planet of Lun to meet with one of the bards of the Blossom, potentially. Hopefully the wise and sage, Afaris, the wizened, self-named. On your travels, you came across a group of pirates attacking some salvagers in open space, parked on a floating dock, hurtling through the stars. A battle broke out. Jake's handiwork with the ballista shattered an engine. Yanna took to the deck of the ship, helping the helmsman drive the crashing space shuttle back into the free-floating dock amid space. Ultimately, you guys determined that the pirates were escaped convicts, former prisoners from the far side of the galaxy, and not wanting to leave them with the miners, you left your dear friend Yanna standing with them on this dock, hurtling through space, because Yanna has undisclosed and undescribed abilities to transport hither and thither. And so they were like, you could take care of these refugees, right? Okay, cool. We'll talk to you later. And they flew away. And so the rest of the crew of the Dragonfly, the lot of you making your journey, you came upon a citadel of dwarven make hurtling through the stars, carved intricately as though the top of a mountain had been sheared off and flipped upside down with this incredible structure built on the top of it. You landed along with the dwarven scavenging crew at the base of operations of the Gauntlet, an intergalactic mercenary guild who fly through the stars in this great citadel, lending their army's aid to the highest bidder. On landing there, you discovered that the Gauntlet was en route to a planet that you know well, Cerelia, where they were being entreated by the Sahagwin barons of that world to assist in quelling the kobold uprising that you all had explicitly assisted in starting. So, meeting with Brazoli Chaos Brewer, the leader of the dwarves here in the Gauntlet, he informed you that he knew your name. He knew the deeds of the Dragonfly and its crew. On meeting him in his throne room, as it were, he had an advisor at his side, a tiefling woman who was whispering in his ear and left the lot of you with the impression that she may be more than she seems. After meeting with Brazoli, a handful of you stopped at one of the bars, the watering holes here in the Dwarven Citadel, where you sat with a dwarf named Daniel, who told you the history of the Gauntlet, one of their more recent enemies, and expressed finally, with great reluctance, that he too mistrusted this new advisor to the Chaos Brewer. This Amelia Vernus seemed to have a greater effect on their leader than anyone wanted to admit. And with some silent acknowledgement to the professor's inquiries, Daniel confirmed, yes, Brazoli Chaos Brewer has changed since the coming of this advisor to the Gauntlet. So, as we pick back up tonight, the camera opens on this incredible flying fortress as it kind of moves slowly, the stars kind of passing by in this persistent motion, driving forward, the camera dropping down in, zooming closer. We see the movement of dwarves on the walls of the battlements, on the high towers of this structure that has been built. And as the camera begins to like zip down in through the entryways and the portals, the caverns leading out of this fortress, we come to the Dragonfly, parked like the insect it is named after. We see Jake striding towards the ship, the dock, the ramp having been lowered at the back, with Doc standing at it, like looking down towards Jake. And I think we see in the background of this ship the form of Yanna materializing as these like motes of almost like shadowy particles begin to coalesce near the shadow beacon that Doc reinstalled in this ship. Yanna, we shall start with you, as you were left with these refugees, these escaped prisoners turned pirates on the stars. And after your companions left, you managed to call out to this strange being that you met while imprisoned at Occam's. Your friends thought it was a unicorn, but it is not. It is an interdimensional creature, a Kirin, as they are called. Incredible kind of golden scales, shaped like a horse, with this twisting horn like a unicorn's. It proved an ally to you, allowing you to like ride on it in the final battle against Occam, and offering its aid to you should you ever truly need it. And so you know that this being, Aeolus, it is named, is capable of transporting people great distances across space. So I think like calling out to it as you stand alone on this dock, we flash back to like one day earlier. there's this materializing of golden light as we see this like massive kind of form stepping through it, horn first, then the kind of furling like golden hair of its mane as it strides out, its voice like reaching directly into your mind, like, Yanna, my friend, it is good to see you again.
Oh, hello, Aeolus. How are you doing?
My wanderings bring me great joy. I had taken for granted how long we were imprisoned in those cells.
Oh, yes. People like us, we really aren't one for being in cells. That wandering spirit keeping us confined, not very fun indeed. Ugh. Just thinking about those spaces just gives me the willies. Oh, speaking of, these guys over here. Meet our prisoner pirate friends. This is Aeolus.
Yeah, and so amongst them is the very helmsman who you helped steer the ship. Of course, the ogre, Weem, and a pair of other survivors of this crash. And so I think Weem is like licking the last of the cheese off his fingers, you know? And he's like, oh, hi! As he waves. And Ola's like turning towards them like, greetings. Do you need help then? You seem isolated out here. I think it's like you're on this just piece of wreckage floating loose through space, you know?
Yeah, we're a bit stranded of sorts. Even worse, they don't really have a home. We didn't crash the ship. We broke its engine and then sent it careening into space over that way. Probably gone now. So sort of in a pickle.
Fear not, friend. I can transport them many places. Where would you have them go?
That's a very good question. So you all seem to have no home. You seem to be on the run, but you claim to want to be doing better things with yourselves.
Yeah, that's right. I think the helmsman, Hobart, is just like, look, I admit I never should have killed that man, but it was 12 years ago, and he came at me with the knife. I done learned my lesson. I'm not looking to make any more trouble in the world. I just need someplace I can call home. We're all right. We're an all right sort. I mean, we've done bad things, but we can be better than that.
Do I insight check him?
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, make an insight check.
Real dice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real
It'd be
dice.
like first roll is gonna be like a 1.
You
So
guys are gonna have to do
It's
that.
not a 1, but it ain't great. An 8.
Aw.
An 8, hard to say, you know, hard to say. I mean, at the very least, they seem like, yeah,
It's not that hard to say. Just say it.
they seem very intimidated by the group of you, you know. Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the deal. How about this? I'm certain there's somewhere out there, some small village, some village in need of maybe extra hands to help around, to build them up the same way that you all need to be built back up into proper citizens, except not in the way that they tend to do in prison systems. So how about we make a deal? How about you go someplace like that? We'll send you there. You'll have to be able to start up a new life, and you do good work so that when I come back to check up on you, you've kept that promise and made sure to take care of this village and take care of yourselves. Because if you don't, well, that sword on my back, I might have to take it back out. And the last time that happened, things didn't go too well for all of us. So let's consider that, shall we?
Yeah, let's consider it. I think we access to the rest of it. Hobart's like, yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, really, we can leave contact information. I mean, you come check on us. I promise. I mean, me and Weem, at least, we'll be all right.
The rest of you?
Yeah, the other two are just like, yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm sorry, I have their names somewhere. Yeah, they're just kind of like knocking to you. Yosef and Adela, they're like nodding to you. Like Yosef's like, yes, we'll absolutely. We learned our lesson. We do not want to go back to a prison planet. And Adela's like, I'm with him. I didn't really do anything that terrible to begin with, to be honest with you. So I'm sure it'll be fine.
Perfect. Well, that sounds all wonderful. Because remember, there are worse things to lose than freedom, like your head. So, Aeolus, if you don't mind taking care of this.
And I think that Aeolus is like, yes, friend, I shall. I'll be gone for a time after this, but should you need me, call again.
Well,
And I think
there's one thing I could use before you disappear. Telling Aeolus to throw me into where my friends are once done dropping off these lot.
Of course. And so I think that Aeolus kind of like walking in a circle around the group. Weem is like reaching out like, oh, pretty. And they all start to like kind of fade, like shifting out of phase as Yanna, you yourself like dematerialize. And so we snap back to the cargo bay of the Dragonfly, where Doc, you stand at the top of the ramp, Jake approaching, and you hear like behind you the like soft like kind of sound of like this hum almost of the shadow beacon activating as Yanna is like rematerializing behind you just as Jake approaches.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm not used to you doing that yet.
Oh, you know, if you get used to it eventually, though, I'll just pop on in. Maybe I could send a courier ahead of time, although I don't know how to accomplish that. That's some more timey-wiminess that we really don't have to get into. Hey, Jake, how's it going?
It's going okay. How are you?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Took care of those pirates and / prisoners, sent them off on, you know, a little redemption mission. Hopefully that goes well.
I was going to ask you to clarify what you meant by take care of, but then you did.
Oh, yes. None of that. Hopefully won't ever have to do that. Hopefully.
So where did they're off somewhere? Gonna live a better life, theoretically?
Theoretically, yeah, sent them off to a little village, gave them a chance to restart. Most of them have spent a couple years in that probably terrible prison, and there's a chance to actually, you know, do some good and hopefully become better people for it.
Let's hope.
If not, I told them I'd cut their head off, so, you know, one of the two should work. Double dose,
Okay.
positive and negative reinforcement.
Yeah, that's sure to get them. They might just hide from you, but you know, I guess we'll figure it out.
I think Ween would probably give it all away. Where's everybody else gone?
They're at a local drinking establishment.
Wait, what? Without me?
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Well, you seemed very excited about staying back and keeping an eye on the ship.
That doesn't sound like me at all. That's really
I know it
suspicious.
doesn't.
You had to stay back because Ben was creating quite a commotion at some point. He was like, well, Doc, since the bad one's gone, somebody's got to be the ghost on the ship, right? So I've got this here sheet, and I cut holes in it. And he running badly around the ship.
And I volunteered to stay back instead of going to the pub. This seems like imposter Doc.
Well, we didn't go right from here to a pub. We went from here to what I can only call a throne room, where we met with the local big thingamabob dude, Mr. Chaos Brewer, and from there we went to the pub. But it was all a bit much for Jake, and I wanted to come back here and just recharge.
Okay.
Not literally. That's how rumors get started.
Rumors of you actually needing to recharge?
Yeah, not a robot. Not a golem.
Right. I don't think anyone thought those. Now I really am wondering if you're a robot, but I wasn't before.
Definitely not.
Okay.
That's the thing a robot would say.
Possibly.
Yeah. It's also a thing like not a robot would say though. That's why it's complicated.
I can give you directions to where they're at if you'd like. I'm fine watching the ship.
Sure. Yeah. I guess we should. Are they coming back? Should we go find them?
I don't know.
And so I think that the scene cuts as we see Professor Reya Lux. The lot of you were left in the drinking establishment as Daniel like nervously kind of like headed off, calling a cheer, hip hip hooray for the crew of the Dragonfly, to which the other patrons were like, "You're drunk, Daniel, go home." And so yeah, the three of you were like lingering for a moment with this information having been provided to you.
Well, he was very nice.
Yeah, he's
Helpful.
great. He had way more. I was not expecting to have all that information.
So nice.
What
Very
a-
open and
How
honest.
lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes, I worry that perhaps I've put him out in a way by asking him questions to
No.
make him uncomfortable.
Everybody
Oh.
needs a little bit of uncomfortable every once in a while.
Well, I was certainly uncomfortable in that room. It's so large and hot. This entire place is
That
downright
that
steamy.
woman. Don't like her.
Yeah, I was mostly uncomfortable because I thought they might kill us. So
don't get any
I was not
ideas.
really that concerned with the temperature of the room.
Well, we better be getting some ideas because clearly something needs to change around here.
Yes, I think it's quite clear that we were a few choice words away from Lux starting something that we would be forced to finish.
Yeah.
I would also finish it.
No? Am I incorrect?
No,
Maybe
yeah.
I would have
Of
started
course.
something, but I also would have finished it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
So
Yeah.
Yes,
Fine.
we all would have been drawn into that, and I'm quite certain and grateful that we
yeah,
were
which
not.
I wasn't.
I
wasn't,
no,
like,
no, of
purposely
course.
trying to do that, but-
you handled yourself
But, like,
marvelously
come
given
on.
the circumstances.
Come on, what?
Oh, gee, thanks. Well, no, she did. I mean, she stepped right in front of him, like when you were talking to him, like she's speaking for him, and
Yeah, what if
Like-
they're romantically involved and that's how their relationship is? You know, she's wearing the
I
pants.
mean, that's their thing. But that's from Daniel's information and from my incredible insight. I don't know if that's what's happening.
Well, not up to us to judge over people's relationships.
I mean, you're
But I
absolutely
actually do like to judge it, and I actually think you're right. So
right. Well, wonderful.
yeah, it's not up to us, but I can do it still. Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, and maybe Daniel seemed pretty excited about going to Falm Tournament and killing giants. So
Yeah.
we could maybe send him that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do have ourselves a rather complex negotiation coming up. In a
Yeah.
way. We appear to be attempting to save the people of Cyrilia and Huiroto, but I have no interest in joining any sort of war. Those are things to read in the books,
Mm-hmm.
but we do have a
Yes, we do.
responsibility, I believe.
He started something there, and
He said that he would talk to us and let us make an offer after he went to speak with them. But do you think he's only doing that because she's whispering in his ear?
Yes.
Wait, you said yes before I finished. Wait, what?
I said yes to affirm your assessment of the situation, that we
Yeah.
have an arrangement that he would speak to us after. Yes. See,
And what about the fact?
confirmed.
What if he would just take
but,
a deal now? But she's like, she's like like a worm here.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Classic.
a worm? What do
An earworm. yeah.
yes.
As if she's some sort of
Yeah.
bait of some
Luring
type,
him in. Yeah.
or are you referring to her appearance? I've been told. Not
Oh,
to
you
judge
can't.
by
People
their
don't
appearance.
want
you're
you to
going
do
to.
it, but you
Although
could.
I
You can do it if you want. You can judge people by their appearance. Yeah. Mm.
So
Yes, I certainly did some
Mhm.
judging of appearances in that room.
Well, what if we should go chat with the others?
Anyway,
maybe? We should take a sleep in the Dragonfly.
take a sleep.
Oh, I thought we were going to enjoy a libation. Is
Oh,
that
I've
not the
had-
case?
Yeah, I did
Many
too. I
drinks.
kind of thought we were gonna party it
Fine
up a
time.
little bit.
Okay, yeah, sure. I've had 5 drinks already. bro. Yeah,
I
keep-
far be it for me to deny
I mean,
early
chaos
evening with
brewer.
my books and tea.
early evening. What time is it? Rich?
no.
It's hard to say. It's space, time, and space.
I thought it was like 11 p.m.
Truly.
at night. So, yeah.
I mean, his name is Chaos Brewer, and we did in fact confirm that has.
Yeah,
Bruce
he
thinks.
makes ale. Yeah, he makes
So-
drinks. Yeah.
I feel
does-
like
he
we
does
should really
brew,
take
yeah.
advantage of that.
Okay,
while we
we
yeah,
should drink
keep,
some of
okay,
that.
keep drinking. Yeah.
Well, should we? I don't know. Should we?
If anyone wishes to join us, I'm certain they will join us.
Okay.
Jake
Do we?
supposedly went back to recharge, whatever that means.
Do you think he could be a
Uh,
robot? Yeah.
What? What?
He said he's got to
A-
recharge.
a what?
Like
Robot?
yeah, like a a war forged or something like that.
You ever seen one of those?
But built like that'd be a great art if you built just a whole army of Tortle robots.
Oh my goodness.
Be so smart. Anyway, no, never mind.
I thought you
Well-
thought Jake was a god.
I mean,
No?
perhaps built by the gods, literally, rather
Well,
than the
or alive,
metaphorical
like-
saying
like
that they use.
Hux built the apparatus. I feel like he could very easily have built something. I don't know.
And Doc
Exactly.
built Waffle, so does that mean Doc
I
a
mean,
god?
basically, yeah.
No, well,
No, that's not how this
No.
works. I should know
Uh,
better. I'm
I mean,
quite naive to the worlds of religion, to be quite honest.
yeah.
So you
So-
guys gonna
Re-
linger?
Right,
well,
yes.
beverages.
Reggie, you have the sending stone, don't you? I gave you the sending stone. I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
yes.
and-
Like that.
Apologies. Yes. Yes.
I also distinctly remember actually doing that.
Oh, he definitely
pulling
does.
that
It
up
just
dinner.
takes him a minute to find it.
Why don't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you wanna just-
Oh, yes, I would.
Yeah.
Doc, come in. Doc, has Jake made his way back safely?
Yeah, Jake has made his way back, confirmed he's not a robot, and told me y'all are partying without me, and I'm pretty upset about it.
Oh no.
Well, come, tell her to come.
Is she been listening in on us? How does she-
No, Jake told Jake. Yeah,
I
yes,
just told
come,
you,
please.
like-
We are
brass
at,
kettle.
God. Yeah.
we are at the brass castle.
Brass Castle?
Yes.
Kettle.
Close.
Oh, okay.
Brass
okay.
kettle. Kettle? Castle? I don't
Kettle.
know.
Kettle.
Simply follow the loud noise.
Followed the noises to find. Okay. yeah,
Kettle. Kettle.
Do you think that's the name of the place, or do you think they're actually at a place that's shaped like a brass kettle?
I mean, it could be both. Yanna, you want to go check it out?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Okay. Jake, you want to recharge or you want to come back?
You're
You know, I'm sure old Ben can watch the ship.
One, it is not shaped like a kettle.
Aw,
Two,
That's too bad.
Still not a robot. Three, I'm good. I will keep an eye on the ship. I don't trust the locals.
Okay.
So I will keep an eye out for danger. Maybe I can take the stone and can alert if anything is happening.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Just make sure to let us know if anything's happening. Don't shoot the ballista until then.
Oh,
I mean,
don't
Jake
worry.
can shoot the ballista just fine.
No, I'm just worried about what he hits with that ballista.
He took out a whole ship. I'm not there, but he took out a
Did-
whole ship.
Did take out a ship.
I'm good.
So I think as Yanna and Doc make their way off the ramp off the back of the ship, is Waffle coming with you?
Of course.
That's a dumb question. Yeah,
It is a
I'm
dumb
sorry. I don't know what I even think. As the pair of you are making your way out of the hangar, I think that you see a dwarf coming towards you, and they're nervously kind of looking towards the ship. And as they see you coming, they're they just kind of pause, oh, hello there. Are you the crew of the Dragonfly?
Yep. Who are you?
I'm just a messenger from the Chaos Brewer. The commander wished me to hand this to Jake, the Tortle.
He's inside. We can.
Oh, okay. And I think they like nervously kind of like shuffle past you. They've got the scroll in their hand.
I suppose we should escort him.
Yeah. Let's wait and see what's up with that first before we go party.
Pause at like the door, right? You're on like the far side of the kind of like hangar room, and you see the dwarf like nervously approaching the Dragonfly, and they kind of like call up, "Excuse me, Master Jake, Master Jake."
Master Jake? What is? Does he have a mansion we don't know of?
Yep.
I am been sent with the message from the Chaos Brewer that he wished for me to deliver to you, sir.
Me?
You are the Tortle. Yes, sir.
Well, not the Tortle, but a Tortle. But yeah, okay. Jake will go down and we'll greet him in person, and
he very like nervously shakes your hand with these sweaty palms. He's got like little dwarven like kind of peach fuzz, like he's very young looking kind of dwarf, and he hands you this scroll. And yeah.
Is there any sort of markings on the scroll, like a seal? Is it sealed?
It is. It's wax sealed, closed. Yeah, and then there is the like seal on the wax is that of like a keg, with like these little like kind of dots around it, motes around it.
Those must represent chaos. Well. I'm checking Jake's equipment really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
He will tip him 2 gold pieces.
Oh wow! Yeah, so I think the kid's like, "Thank you, Master Jake. I appreciate it. Have yourself an excellent day."
Well, you as well.
And so he turns and kind of like starts trotting back towards the door, and he sees the two of you lingering there, like Yanna and Doc, and he's like, "Thank you. Have an excellent day."
You two, did you say you happen to work for someone named the Chaos Brewer?
Brazzoli Chaos Brewer, the commander of the Gauntlet.
So that's the name. That's not like a title. That's his family name.
Oh yes, sir. That's a family name. Goes back many generations, by my understanding.
What's the deal with your boss?
Check seems weird.
The deal?
Yeah.
He's a great war commander. He's led the Gauntlet to great victories. Well, I mean, except for that one. We've are well renowned and sought out after across all the stars. Brazzoli Chaos Brewer is the greatest commander the Gauntlet has seen in decades.
And that's saying something?
Yeah. I mean, well, his father was quite good as well. But yeah, of course.
Okay. And back to that one time?
The what? Oh, well, that was before my time. 10 years passed. I was just a little too young then to be doing anything. I'm not exactly a fighter either. I'm a bit of a page.
I'm really not asking for your personal life story. I was asking about like the one time
I got a little bit excited. Well, there was the episode with the fire giants. The fire giants betrayed us on Fulham Termin.
Oh, okay. That sounds bad.
After we fulfilled our contract, we were hired to assist them in retaking the land from the salamanders that had inhabited the place. And well, we reestablished their footing at a couple of key locations, but they turned on us. Killed a handful of our people, commandeered a bunch of weaponry and equipment, and drove us off the planet. By that point, we were already pressed. I shouldn't be speaking so much about it, but it's a story that I've heard.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your forthright nature of talking.
Oh gosh, please don't repeat it to anybody. I really shouldn't have told you guys this.
No, secret safe with me. I there's no chance that I tell anybody else ever.
That's terrific. You have a very trustworthy face. Thank you, ma'am. I've got to
And-
go.
How old are you again?
Me? 27.
And he's a dwarf?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think he's just like, my mother was very protective, sir. Ma'am, I'm sorry.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Where, your mother, what happened to her?
Well, didn't end well.
Oh
Okay, so I know I said before I wasn't asking for your whole life story, but I do kind of am curious now about what happened.
To my mother?
Randall's younger brother.
She was a goodly woman. We were engaged.
You were engaged to your mother? What?
Like,
No, not at all. Not that. Oh my word. The Gauntlet, I mean, were engaged in a contract. We were fighting on Hub. We were hired by one of the magistrates of a port city to shut down a criminal syndicate that was running a bit of a pirating operation on their freighters coming into the port. So we were brought in there, and she was fighting on the front line.
Sorry to hear that.
She
You
had
do
her
see how
bowels
it-
ripped out by a hook horror.
Sounds nasty.
it is. I faced one of those. They're pretty bad.
Yeah, disemboweling the bowels is bad. Just for future reference, when someone like asks you about your mother and the second word out of your mouth is the word engaged,
That's bad,
maybe,
huh?
like yeah.
Well, he is 27. He's still learning.
Don't talk about your mother. No.
Yeah, no NPC is allowed to talk about their mom.
Mom?
Not a good subject.
I think he's like, I didn't mean to misrepresent
come-
anything.
Drink with us? I feel like you've just got all these great stories, and I'd just love to hear more.
I really don't, but I do have 2 gold pieces, and I would love to drink not alone for once.
Great, yeah. Come
Okay.
to the brass kettle. Do you know where this is?
Yeah, exactly. It's on the 9th floor. There's a bar on every floor of the fortress.
Oh
Well,
wow.
that sounds actually amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's a heck
Are
of
they all
a
themed
perk.
differently?
Nope. They're all
Oh.
pretty much actually exactly the same. There's a lot of uniformity in dwarven culture. I can tell
Wait,
you
so
all
it's just
about
a
it.
very tall bar.
Kind of.
What
yeah.
makes them 9 separate bars instead of one bar with 9 stories?
Well, because there's separate floors, and so the bar is just kind of recreated on each floor. It's exactly the same floor plan layout, except they're all named differently.
And so why would you go to like floor 7 instead of floor 4?
The bartenders, miss.
Oh, wow. So is the bartender at the brass kettle any good?
He's okay. I think he's like blushing a little bit.
Do you have a thing for the bartender?
No. All right. You've got a
That
way
sounds like a
about
yes.
you.
Okay.
Do you want some help?
I think Doc like wraps her arm around this guy who is actually older than she is, and like, okay, we're gonna go. Yanna, you good? Let's
Yeah. Follow-up
Let's
question.
think.
How old is Duck?
like
Jesus.
Meanwhile, Jake, as you're like standing with the scroll, do you open it?
Yeah.
I think that unfurling the scroll, there's like a short message. It's in this very like kind of blocky lettering written in the common tongue. I could not help but notice you're accompanied by a great multitude of bees. I'm a bit of an apiarist myself. And I'm quite proud of my accomplishments here in the Gauntlet, though it's a passion I can rarely share with others. Should you have the time before you depart, I would love to show you my hives.
He actually has a medical condition, and he could use.
I do have some
I mean-
ointment somewhere.
It'd be better for Doc actually to check out the hive.
Brazzoli Chaos Brewer,
No, I think you want a cleric for that. Yeah.
commander
yeah,
of the
yeah.
gauntlet. That's all it says. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Jake will tuck it away in his shell.
Okay. As the bees are buzzing. And with that, the camera like fades away. And I think it like opens back up as Yanna, Doc, and this fuzz-faced nameless dwarf are like striding into the doors of the brass kettle. And you see your companions stand out quite like starkly amongst this room full of dwarves.
Is the other dwarf still with us?
Yeah, this little peach-faced dwarf is definitely with you. Yep.
Yeah. What's your name? buddy?
My name?
Yeah, well,
No,
we
the
know each
name
other's
of like Rando over there. Yes, your name.
Sorry, I get a little bit nervous. My name is S-Fan.
S-Fan?
That's right.
Okay.
E-S-F-A-N. S-Fan.
Gotcha.
Just give us a second, Rich, to see if we can make the name silly. Just give us
Yeah,
one
I
second.
was
Yeah, yeah.
trying.
It's coming.
Uh-huh.
It's okay.
I'm Doc. This is Yanna.
Hello.
They'll introduce themselves. I guess. Okay, let's. I'm gonna get around. Do you want me to put in a good word for you with the bartender?
And I think that like he turns like looking at the bartender and you see this like blonde-haired dwarf. He's got this like spiky kind of flat top, a couple of like earrings, a bit of like a goatee down into a pair of braids, and Esfin is like looking over just like
Don't worry about it. I got you.
gosh, hi guys, hi. He's just kind of like walking up to the table with you, like Reya, Lux, Professor,
Huzzah!
Oh,
Friends!
Yeah, hello.
Oh,
yeah.
huzzah.
Hi.
Everyone, this is Sven.
Good day.
Brought a
Hello.
message over to Jake, and
That's
then
fine.
yeah, yep.
That's right.
Yep.
That's me, S-Fan.
Hi, S-Fan. I'm Lux.
S-Fan Rockbelly. Nice to meet you, Lux.
Oh, you gave a note to Jake?
Yes, that's right. Commander Chaos Brewer sent me down. I'm a bit of a page. Your doctor told me not to tell that to everybody.
No, Doc.
Oh, it's fine, yeah.
Name, not profession.
Oh, wow.
I mean, kind of both, but yeah.
She's everything. She's really cool. You don't even know.
You're right. I just met her.
Yeah.
But
Did you
I
see
believe
Waffle?
you. I mean, yeah, how could I not? It's a flying dragon robot.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So welcome to the Gauntlet. What do you all think so far?
Do you know Daniel?
Yeah.
You friends?
No, I don't really
Hi.
have friends.
Well,
Oh.
you two should talk. Daniel's really nice.
Yeah.
He's kind of violent, isn't he? I mean, he's very worked up.
Violent. Didn't seem very
Seems-
violent to me.
Just intense. He's got that energy.
Oh,
Well-
I could imagine him tearing apart a person limb by limb.
Yeah.
Professor.
Oh.
Right, what?
You both work for
What?
Chaos
What? You
Brewer, though.
say, wait, the question was put on the table, and I simply
got-
answered it to the best of my ability.
Well, I did. You really feel that way about Daniel?
Yes, he appears to be quite strong. I mean, nothing like the Chaos Brewer, to be quite honest, but yes, he appears to be a quite strong, capable fighter, warrior of some type who doesn't keep his mouth shut, but it could serve him well in the future. I would like another round, if that is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc was definitely like on her way to
Back. Yeah.
get
so
around at
You're
the.
like coming back with like drinks, Yeah.
Let me help you.
Did you put in a good word to the bartender?
I did. I tried to be like, oh man, you know that Essie over here is like real top notch. I probably shouldn't have been the one to do that. I kind of I'm not the most sincere
You
Compliment
What's
you,
happening?
but I tried.
You were so confident. I thought that you had something.
Wait. What's happening?
Yeah, why
Who's
do you need a
trying-
good word with the bartender?
Oh, I don't. It's fine. I don't. It's nothing.
Oh, you, Espen, you like the bartender?
Uh,
Are you
this
two
is getting
friends?
really no, I
Just
don't
hey, okay. You know
really
what?
have
Wait. Here,
friends.
drink.
Wait, did you
Oh,
say you
okay.
don't have friends?
Not so much. No,
Well, we can be your friends.
that's a start. Sure, yeah. Huzzah!
There you go. You're friends of the Dragonfly crew. That's pretty. It's high praise.
Huzzah.
You gave a message from Brazzoli right to Jake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Who
right.
did he write it? When did he write the letter to Jake? Did you see him write it?
Yeah.
Did Amelia hand it to you?
No.
Was she around at all when he wrote the letter?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, drink.
Friends.
Yeah, yeah.
We are inquisiting now.
He's a jerk.
Just relax a little bit.
Okay, we'll play a game where you have to tell the truth when you
Yes.
get asked a question.
Yes.
We'll all go around in a
Yeah.
circle, and then
I know this game. The other
Yes.
dwarves all
Truth or
played
truth?
this game
Yes.
without me.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll
that sounds
let
nice.
you
Well,
let you play. Do you want to ask?
yeah.
You could ask the first question if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
To any of us.
Is Jake the Tortle? Is he a robot or?
We don't think so, but
I mean, we really don't know.
you
It's
never
true.
know. Yeah.
Any of us.
He hasn't been using any like Waffle's batteries or chargers or anything like that, Doc.
Waffle doesn't charge. Waffle's a
What?
perpetual motion machine.
He's not
What if his
explicitly
shell is like a
denied
battery
it.
pack?
That would be pretty. That'd be pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to ask the next question?
Perhaps the
And I'm like
charge.
signaling that you should ask your questions to Espen. Who wants to ask the next question? And you have to tell the truth. Remember, that's the game.
I
Yeah.
think Reya.
Was
you should
he
ask
was
the next
Brazzoli? He was
question.
just was he totally alone when he wrote the letter? There was nobody else around.
He was alone. Yeah, he was alone. He was alone. He's not that often anymore, but there was something. It was like it was just prickling him or stuck in his craw or something. He seemed real pensive, like after you all met with him, and he told me to follow him back to his quarters, and I just stood in the door while he scratched out the letter real quick, and then he melted the wax and he sealed it, and he told me to bring it to the Tortle, Jake.
Wait,
on
he
the
seemed really
Dragonfly.
agitated. Did you say?
Oh, that's your question,
like something-
Reya.
Okay,
Yeah,
everybody ask your question so I can ask my question.
I believe it's someone else's turn now. Those are the rules. that
Ray
we've
is
agreed
immediately
upon.
worried that he wrote an agitated letter to Jake, and then we all left Jake alone in the Dragonfly.
I mean, we left the sending stone with Jake. Professor, do you want to ask your question to Jake? And it can be, hey, what's up with the letter?
Uh,
I don't think Reyes says any of this out loud. He's just internally panicking.
you would like me to use my
Professor,
question
where did you go to
to
school?
ask Jake? Where did
Quickly,
I
Reggie,
go
that was
to
the
school?
question. Gianna would like to know where you went to school.
Yeah, where'd you go to school, Reggie?
I went to the Grand Academy on the main part of Kisandi. And that was, of course, my elementary education. I did field work out in the fields of Kisandi. I yet to leave the Aliano band for a very long time, but my mother was my... These are very important questions that need to be asked. Jake, are you okay? And what was the thing about? It's hot in here.
Is this the game where I have to tell the truth?
Wait, is that Jake's question?
Yes, I believe it was.
Okay, let me recalibrate.
This isn't a speak with dead spell. Here we go. Oh no! We simply heard that a letter was delivered to you. We wanted to ensure that you were
I'm
okay.
great.
He says he's great.
Mm-hmm. He says he's great.
Did it sound like he was under duress at
So-
all? Sorry, it's not my turn. Okay, sorry.
You have so many questions. Perhaps you should consider an advanced area of study. You could research and answer your questions. And
Should we just play a different game where Reya asks
I
questions?
guess that counts as my question.
This game is pretty
Rhea,
reckless, huh?
I'm fine. Yes.
Espen, did you see where Amelia went?
The rules appear to be made up.
Great question, Lux.
Yes,
Good at
she's
work in the game.
up where she often is, up on the portage, on the steering loft. I mean,
Why is she up there?
I don't know.
I don't know if you can ask 2 questions back to back. Look.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't get a
sorry. My bad. I'm not good at this game. I never have been.
It's hard.
I-
Yeah.
I believe that yes. Doc,
I
you
get to
ask a question
Oh
now.
man. Yanna, what's your is Yanna like a nickname? Do you have a like a last name?
No last name. Sort of a nickname. It's short for something, I guess is all I'll say. We have a
Cool.
tradition not to really say our full name.
Oh, that's mysterious and weird. Okay, cool. That's my question.
Yeah.
That sounds
Okay, cool.
pretty wise, actually. Yeah.
Don't get any ideas, Duskfan.
What? That isn't my name.
Did you call him Dustpan? That's a good one. All right, we
You
The number of
do
times.
not share your full name, and I was told to always share my full name. It's quite.
Do you have a middle
quite
name,
amusing.
Reggie?
No, it is not common to have middle names where I'm from. It is surnames, as I've said before, are a combination of mother and father. But
Can you say your
yes,
full name?
my father was quite opposed to my full name,
Mhm.
Professor Reginald Frybottom.
Yeah.
Well, what have I not said that enough?
No.
It's just fun. Lux and I don't even have last names, so you know.
Yeah.
Big long names. They're fun.
It's cool.
Oh,
Do you want last names?
I hadn't considered.
I don't know. What's the point of a last name? Have you met another doc? Like, no need to specify.
But it's
Yeah.
named Doc once, wore some glasses.
Well,
6 brothers.
Wow. So
what if Doc was your last name and you chose another first name? Well, not that you
Yeah,
need
what's
to.
wrong
I
with
just
first name Doc? I could be first name
Nothing.
Doc, last name Doc, and then
That's
it's
quite-
Doc Doc, and then it sounds like I'm starting a joke.
Well, it's first name Doc, last name the best mechanic in the galaxy,
Thank you.
and my best friend.
Okay, so I think all of you have used your questions.
Dustpan, have you ever seen Amelia casting any sort of
Great
spell?
question.
It's not my name, and I don't know anything about magic really, so I'm not sure.
Oh, good answer.
Does Amelia and Brazzoli, do they stay at the same place at night, and are their rooms heavily guarded? That's all one question.
Yes, please give
And
me more
also their
information about the
offices.
sleeping arrangements. for-
Yeah, and hyphenate, is
Brazzoli
their
Chaos
offices guarded at night? All one question.
I think he's like trying to process it, you know.
Just like the general security. If you could give
Yeah.
us like a step-by-step
yeah, a rundown.
detailed rundown of their security at all
They,
times, that would be one question.
They're
my
not
one
like-
question.
Yeah,
Do you
drink
have
some
blue
more.
pens?
Drink some more. I think that's
Drink.
important.
You always
Supposed
have
to do
to
that while you
drink.
guys are
Bonus,
drinking. You're supposed
yeah,
to drink.
bonus question. How much has everybody had to drink? And the answer is you should drink more.
A
Yeah.
lot, and I've only been here a few minutes.
He's just
Okay.
like he's like they're not. It's not. I don't. It's not like that. But there is some folks amongst the gauntlet that are starting to wonder if maybe it is, but I've never seen them share a room after hours, if that's what you're asking. And his room is not heavily guarded, but I imagine that it's also heavily guarded, that just because we can't see it doesn't mean that it's not, because he's Brazzoli Chaos Brewer and he doesn't take a lot of chances. And so she lives on an entirely separate floor, but folks aren't even really sure if she ever sleeps.
What floor?
I couldn't help but notice that you said after hours. How do you guys keep track of time on this thing?
Yeah, what time is it?
Well, we've got these clever little contraptions we got from a gnome, and we put them here on our wrist, and we call them hourglasses. And so sand runs through them, and yeah, it's really hard to keep track of time, but there's sophisticated mechanisms in here.
Wow. That's really cool.
What floor
Yeah, what floor do they sleep
What
on,
floor?
and what floor
does she live
and
on?
what floor is the office on?
Brazzoli's quarters are right off of the 10th floor where you met him there, where the receiving chamber is, the audience hall. He lives right there. He keeps his private quarters, and her quarters are down in the lower levels with a lot of the crew, but she's rarely ever there. She spends most of her time up on the portage deck where the steerage is and everything.
Got it. That's great. You're still good at this game, Essen.
Hmm.
You're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I wish I could have gotten to play when I was just a boy.
You know what you
Yeah,
should
now
do?
you're a man. You want to ask
You
us
know,
a
you
question? Oh, sorry, Lex. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just gonna make a suggestion. S-Fan, you should do is invite, what's the bartender's name?
The bartender's name is Ferdug.
Ferdug. You should ask Ferdug to play this game one time. It'll be fun.
I don't know about
No,
that.
You should, Espen. Don't listen. You never know what's gonna happen. Okay.
I think Doc gets up and goes to the bar.
I mean, he's usually throwing axes and stuff with the other soldiery and stuff, but I don't think he really wants to befriend me that much.
Well, you gotta let them know that you're interested in being friends.
In all defense, I mean, I've done that a few times in my life, and usually I end up, well, they cut my hair off and stuff me in one of the weapon lockers.
Ferdug did?
No.
That sounds like you're being
Ooh.
oppressed.
Yeah,
saying.
maybe
It
you
does.
don't want to hang around those people anymore. Maybe you want
Yeah.
to do something else with yourself.
Are those
Well,
people in this
that's-
bar right now?
No.
Are you sure?
Insight check, please.
Blink twice.
Yeah.
if you're sure.
Yeah, it really.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Sure,
with
yeah, make an
my-
insight check on the poor fella.
I would like the record stated that if this bar fight happens, it's Taylor's fault and not mine.
Yeah, this is 100%. Yeah.
Can Lux also insight check?
Sure.
It's cocked.
Sweet sound of dice falling. Troy, that's quite a smile
18
you've got
plus
there.
2
What'd you get?
for a 20. For a dirty 20.
Wow. And what'd you get, Lux?
16.
Okay, with a 20 and a 16, I think you're like reading, and he's like looking around, genuinely looking, and he's like, no, none of them are here right now. I mean, most of the soldiers are on duty drilling right now, and it was pretty much them. But I mean, look, I've had a couple of run-ins over the years, all kinds of trouble, but it's fine. I don't need anybody to fight my battles for me. Before Mom had that terrible end, she always told me that I needed to stand up for myself on my own 2 feet, or that I was just
Oh.
going to keep getting run over left and right.
What happened to your mom?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a truly tragic end.
Oh.
She had her bowels ripped out by a hook horror
Oh,
while
wow.
she was fighting
That's-
on the front
awful.
lines in Hub.
No, nobody should have to talk about that more than once. You know, that's awful.
Oh,
Sorry.
It comes up a
sorry,
surprising
Esther.
amount, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. She was a
No.
very important woman.
Well, I asked the question in the game. You have to tell the truth. So yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
All right,
Sorry.
Mom.
Asfan, do you carry any sort of weapons on you, just to defend yourself?
Of course. I mean, I'm only a page, but I am still a member of the Gauntlet, and that means that we all need to have weaponry on us at all times, sir.
Have to have a weaponry on you
good.
at all times.
Good. Yes.
We're a fighting unit.
Next
Yes.
time someone attempts to bully you or pick on you, take out your weapon and hit them.
I mean, that
They
probably
will think twice.
be received well, but okay, sure. You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I mean, it hasn't been working that great for me
Am I wrong?
so far.
No.
Am I wrong?
So
No.
yeah, maybe next time I'll just. And I think he pulls like his knife out of his belt.
Oh, whoa,
I'll stab
whoa.
him right in the eye the next time
Esmond,
they come for
Esmond.
me like this and try to shove me in a locker. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of S-Van getting shoved in lockers. I've suffered
Yeah.
enough.
Is he
since I-
speaking
Yeah.
loud? And does Furdog hear it? And
See?
can
I was
see
gonna say
what
Doc is
Furdog's-
at
Yeah.
the bar right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's like
it's
Furdog's like
upsetting, of
reaction to like this intensity?
That that dwarf seems cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the bar.
Brandishing a knife at the
And
table.
I think Furdog Flat Top over here, he's like pouring the drinks and sliding them over. And he's like looking over like, that poor scrawny little fella.
What? No, that's the like. S-Van's super cool, dude. Like, I don't know what you've been smoking,
my God.
but this guy is like, he's full of great stories. He's like great at delivering stuff, and like he's got
Really?
this like really like tragic soul that you know you just want to like scoop him up and I don't know, like be nice to him.
Kiss him.
he's like looking at you.
Hug.
I'm like imagining that this is a thing that like Doc has done previously in like her and Lux's childhood, where like Lux is a crush, and Lux like is fully confident that Doc can like get Lux and in, and it's just this. Like everything.
This isn't gonna work. This isn't like perfect matchmaking. I don't
Definitely
understand.
gonna work.
I think Furdog
fully
looks past you, and S-Van has got like his mug up in the air, and there's like foam and beer just showering down on him and the table and stuff, and he's
See?
yelling, he's flailing around the knife with the other hand, and I think Furdog is
This
like,
is a dwarf you don't want to mess with.
Doc, can I have you make a persuasion check? As like Furdog is looking at him like, I've never really seen him all worked up like that before. He usually just sits in the corner and kind of eyeballs me. It's a little uncomfortable.
It's a 6, which feels appropriate.
Oh, no.
And I think he's
Doc
watching
thinks
him.
she's doing incredibly though.
Yeah, I think he's watching him like, is that snot spraying out of his nose? It's like, S-Van's
He's
like,
really passionate,
at
right?
this
He's really,
point, like,
you know, don't you
I've had
wanna-
enough. I'm not getting pushed around anymore. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? The rest of you?
Yes, we hear
He's
you.
like
Yes.
yelling to the whole bar. Listen up, Brass Kettle. This is the first day of the rest of S-Van's life. I'm not having it anymore. S-Van Rockgut has a knife, and he won't be afraid to use it.
I mean, tell me that's not, you know, sending shivers up and down your spine. Like, come on.
I think Furdug is just like, yeah, shivers. Me timbers.
But like the good kind, right? Like the
I'm just weak in the knees. I'm
Great,
glad
yeah.
we had this talk. He says, I've got customers I got to attend to, miss.
great. And Doc's gonna like grab all the drinks and head back over. And she like puts the drinks down and like shoots big thumbs up to like it's going great.
I've settled down. That's fine. Settle
Yeah.
down now.
Yeah, no problem. He's like wiping his face with his sleeve.
Uh-oh.
I feel like something has kind of been kindled inside of me. And
That's good.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Do you know what people dig? Confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just the confidence part would be good, and then you don't stab anyone, but you just tell them strong enough that you will, and maybe they'll stop.
Yelling is good too.
that sounds like a terrific idea. Yeah, the yelling seemed to work to great effect.
Yep.
Okay. The Dwarfs of the Gauntlet won't soon forget. S-Van, page to the Chaos Brewer. I've got a position of some prominence here, and I'm at least a little bit important. So I'm not gonna push around anymore. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, just
Good.
um,
Now,
if you need help, though, just
Don't we all need help? Isn't that the
Us-
whole nature of existing in this dark, twisted universe? I mean, your mom could have her
Sen
guts
said one too
ripped
many
out
drinks.
by
He's getting.
a hook car too.
small
Well,
box.
No,
small
don't
box.
say that, please.
Well, it could happen any day. I don't mean to
Well,
work you up,
sure it could, but I don't want to think about it.
but sometimes you have to think about hard things, Lux.
I think about hard things all the time.
But did you ever think about your mom laying on the stone with her intestines spilled out in a pool of her own blood? Because I think about it every night when I have to go to sleep.
Not until you
and-
just said so.
Well, maybe I'll make you strong too, like S-Man.
You know, maybe you've probably had enough to drink, S-Man.
I worry that we have.
I've still got these two gold
Yes.
in my pocket, and I'm not
Yes.
leaving here until I go buy a drink from Doug Flattop over
Oh
there.
gosh.
Handsome
Yeah.
as dwarf and all the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I
like a
see
great.
you, Doug.
Poor. This
Reg,
is-
can
We
you
may
just-
have ruined this dwarf's life, by the way.
We-
Yeah,
Yeah,
we tend
go.
to do that. Reg, could you just
should
quickly
go.
check in on Jake again, make sure that that was not like, under duress earlier. Just a quick.
Robot,
Don't-
robot turtle. Come in, please. Are you still on the Dragonfly, and is the status okay?
Yeah, everything is just.
He's not responding. Oh,
Jake, you're the best. Do you know that? You're so cool.
My
Like
mom.
you're so like
Doc
big
took
and
the
you're
stone.
like, hi.
Yeah, this is my
Yeah, this is
mom.
Doc. Not Reggie. You're great. I just need you to know you're great.
Guys, what's happening to my mom right now? What if her
Wow.
guts are being ripped out by a hook horror?
I gotta
This
be honest.
is
I was
really
gonna suggest
improbable.
that we try to sneak into his office, but I don't think that's a good idea anymore.
I really don't think it is. You think they'd be able to hold their liquor better, but here
I
we
know.
are.
Yeah,
Rhea
I'm
could call your
going
mom,
to-
Lux.
I don't know. That's true.
Reya, yeah, well, my mom.
Okay,
Scared
well,
about my mom.
all right. Well, what do you want me to say?
Wait, here, I can. Lux stands up and turns into her mother. This is what my mom looks like.
It's true. I've seen her.
I don't know if that
Um,
makes me familiar, Rich.
What are you saying?
Jake takes the sending stone
Oh,
and
yeah.
places it, takes it to the bridge and leaves it there.
Yep.
He did not agree to be drunk dialed, and it's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll just wait for them to get back.
As you put
Maybe-
the stone down, Jake, you like turn and look, and there's this orb floating in the
Oh,
cockpit
for-
with you. It's lit like a purple eye, like. Greetings, user Jake. I see that you have been delegated to monitoring the ship.
No, I've offered.
I can assist you in this endeavor.
Nope, I'm good.
Is there any chance you've reconsidered my offer?
Oh. I don't think we're compatible, but thank you.
Very well. I will remain here in isolation and monitor the sending stone and the rest of the ship because I can hear everything.
Hmm.
If so, you're able to receive messages through the sending stone as well?
If I were to engage higher function, likely.
Well, feel free to let me know if any panicked messages come in through the sending stone. I'm going to be in the cargo bay.
Of course.
Well, thank you, friend.
I think he's stride away the orb, just like floating there, watching you walk. Yeah, the rest of you guys are drunk at a bar.
Should we take them
Reya.
back to the Dragonfly? Get them some sleep, maybe.
Yeah,
Reya,
probably.
can you please contact my mom? I'm so afraid.
Yeah, Rich, does
What
this
if
make
she's
me
dead?
familiar with Lux's mom?
Great question.
It's the exact wording is you can send a short message of 25 words less to a creature with which you are familiar.
I don't think you're familiar with
Yeah, I
them.
don't
I
think
think
so
Lux
either.
like telling you about her mom doesn't count as you being
Not like literally shifting into what her mom looks like.
knowing what she looks like is
Okay.
not familiar with her.
It's
though.
not being
Let me tell
familiar
So-
with the person.
Rich, Reya
If
is
that was
going,
the case, my high school life would have been very different.
you. Mhm.
Reya is going to pretend to cast it though.
Oh.
Yeah, Lux, this should work perfectly. Now that
Really?
I've seen your yeah. So what do you want me to say?
Okay.
Lux shifts back into, and I think she like just forgets to shift back into like her half elf self, but just goes straight for like her normal self.
Okay. Can you just can you ask her if she's okay and if her and my dad are okay, and to please be careful and watch out for hook horrors, and that I really miss her and my dad, and I
One question. You can only ask one question. That's the
I don't
rule.
care about one question. My mom could be dead right now.
I have a question. Aren't you hot in that suit?
Yes. I should take. I should take the jacket off.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And the bow tie.
Yeah, this is
Continue.
actually working for me.
So Reya's like orchestrating this big casting.
I'm like repeating the message that Luck is saying. Yeah.
Dad, did you just take your bow tie off? Oh gosh.
There's no missiles tonight. Right? No fights?
Well, I don't know
We're good.
about that.
We could start a fight. Should we start a fight?
Well,
Oh, I heard back from Lux's mom.
No,
Lux
no,
no.
says,
What'd she say?
tell
What'd she
Lux
say?
we love her very much and that we're very proud of her. And we'll watch out for
Oh.
hook horrors. Praise
my
Clancy,
parents
he
are
said.
the best. They're so cool, you guys. I just want you to meet my
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
They seem great. Truly.
Yeah.
We need to get them back to the Dragonfly.
That's what our
Should we
guild
go
is
visit
called.
Ham and Faye? Like, let's go.
Ham and Faye, that's our guild, you guys.
Yeah.
My parents.
Let's go
They're
party.
They're so
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get some drinks to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are we?
Oh, yeah, Sven. Do you have a
Yes.
I mean, I've got
What-
the old apartment that's mine now.
You work at the Brazzoli office, or your page though, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll see you there. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
What floor do you live on? What floor is your apartment?
Oh, no.
What? You don't remember?
Oh. Do you need to come sleep on the Dragonfly? You can
Downstairs
crash on our
somewhere. I
couch.
think it's the
Yeah.
third floor.
Third floor. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
You really don't have any
We'll see you around.
friends?
No, they just come and make fun of me because they said that I'm still tucked in my mom's smithing aprons and that she held on to my whiskers. And
Well, that's friggin' stupid.
well, it's true. She didn't let me out of her sight. I wasn't allowed to do anything when I was growing up.
Well,
Can I
that's probably
be
'cause
honest
she
with
really
you guys?
loved you.
I'm glad that hook horror ripped her.
Whoa!
No!
left her
No!
dead. I never could have been.
No,
a
no,
man.
no,
Say that, Evan.
Wait, I'm also
that.
getting a message from your mom. She says, "We love you, and it's okay, and you're doing great, and you'll make friends."
Right,
All right, we gotta go. Yeah,
We're being
Daddy's
loud.
dead, Mom.
yeah,
He's just
we
like,
should.
I think,
Yeah. All right,
Reg,
we're
Reg,
gonna go.
I think Ryan might be a god. Like, she can speak to the dead, and she seems to know a lot about Clancy, and like, who else would know about Clancy other than like other gods? Think about
You
it.
know, technically that is a
Right.
spell.
It's not
I think she might be a god.
Fuck. You're a god.
So Ray is a god, Jake's a robot.
So many
What?
revelations, so many
Wait,
secrets
I'm not-
this episode.
I'm not a god. I'm a mechanic. There's a difference.
You're a god mechanic. Mechanic.
I mean,
god.
I'm like a really good mechanic, but you forgot the other O.
God-like mechanic.
Yanna, I don't know how we're
Two
gonna get
O's.
him out of here.
Good
God.
mechanic, not God. Good.
God-like. Mm-mm.
Good.
Oh, wait, hang on. I think I just heard something from the Sending Stone. Jake's in trouble. We better get going.
What?
Oh,
Jake's in trouble.
Reya runs out of the.
Oh, goodness.
Right,
Damn it, Ray.
just running, the chair falls over. She's gone.
That's
What's his situation? Tell me.
Bow ties up, dude. We gotta go.
Location status.
Let's go, Professor.
Back
Up,
to
get out of that
Dragonfly.
seat.
How do
Stay
I?
here.
It's so a slow, bumbling entourage of drunken Dragonfly crew leave the brass kettle, making their way back towards the cargo bay. The crying Esvin sitting at the table, like, I'm sorry, mommy. I can be stronger. Oh, God. Reya, you're the first, like, charging into the cargo bay.
No,
You see-
hold up.
Nope.
Jake definitely hears them coming, and he goes to get the sending stone so it doesn't look like he left it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Got it. Jake, hearing the like stomping feet outside, right? You like stride back into the cabin, you snatch up the sending stone. Reya, you're the first one back.
Oh, Jake, are you okay? Yanna said you were in trouble. You all right?
He looks down at the sending stone. Never heard from Yanna.
You know what? I know what Yanna did. They're very smart. Okay.
They are.
Just waiting for everybody else to trickle in.
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
No, yeah, it was very, very smart. Yeah. We just wait.
So eventually the lot of you like make your way back. Yeah, trickling your way back down. And,
Yeah, Lux, I think, has her bow and arrow like out and was like, "What's happening?" But like the arrow does the thing where it like goes away from the What's happening? Jake.
No.
I think Doc has like jumped up on Reggie's back and is like, "Charge!"
I think like Reg is like running forward, but his attention is down trying to tie a bow tie without the dexterity that he needs or the sobriety of it. And so he like arrives at the Dragonfly like only using his peripheral vision and really is not processing what's occurring.
Well, we eliminated the threat that was it, so, but good. Glad we're all back. This is great.
Thank goodness.
Well,
Yanna walks in.
Ugh.
Yep, nice work there, Reya.
yeah,
With
we
that
did
threat.
it. Yeah.
What was it? What did you
Oh,
find?
just a hook horror. And
What?
It was trying to.
Again,
Yeah.
what a weird
What?
coincidence.
Yeah, it's such a weird coincidence.
No.
Tried to spew out
I-
Jake's bowels, but it's okay. We should all sleep.
Wait, Jake, did you like single-handedly take down a hook horror? Because that's
You're-
really cool.
That's crazy.
There's been nothing of danger on the ship. I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
Okay,
Right,
Yanna's a
traumatized
genius, and it was a
by the
trick to get you
incident.
back here. You know? Okay.
Reya the god took down a hook horror and Jake didn't even know. That's how good she was at it.
Well, you think you're whispering? You're not.
I can hear you.
Yes,
Ask, you can hear everything. Shut up.
Well, yeah, we should sleep because I think we have some investigating to do around here. Right?
I cannot help but notice some of you are intoxicated. Perhaps you wish to reevaluate my
Wait.
offer to
No,
bond.
No.
That's
So that you
don't
may-
even start. I will
Not
hit
how,
you like a
consent works. That's-
baseball.
Just for sake of comparison, would you remind me what the offer was?
No. No.
I seek a permanent user willing to bonds to activate my higher function.
No.
I think
capable
Lux
of-
like
no.
squeezes the force, and like a
Um,
force,
no.
like the sort of force comes out.
I will hit you so hard.
Nope.
So hard
Over
with
it.
this.
I'm
I haven't
saving
seen
myself
that.
for someone else.
I understand.
Ask, I humbly request that you do not try to extend that offer to people who are intoxicated and not fully in control of their faculties.
That is a very sensible request.
If you would honor it, I would be honored.
I will
Good one,
comply.
Jig
Thank you.
Doya.
Indeed. Who are you saving yourself for?
We haven't met yet.
We're not playing that game anymore? No more of the question truth thing? Is that done? Damn.
Oh my
Au
gosh.
revoir.
I'm gonna make poutine.
Into the dragon.
Y'all coming?
You're gonna what?
Food.
You say I'm gonna make something to eat?
Food? Food?
I said
Oh.
poutine specifically.
I heard poutine.
Ah.
Yeah, that is Dog's from food. Because
Yes.
Dog's player is Canadian. So yeah.
I don't know what
Anyway.
that is, but
What
yes.
if Reya and Yanna go and Jake go sneaking in and leave the 3 drunk people on the ship?
I mean,
We would be okay with that.
Yep.
Feels like it.
It's that episode.
I
I'm
mean,
not-
you guys tell me. As like Doc is drunkenly cooking poutine, and Ben comes in with the sheet over his head and is like, "Hi, I did a real good job with the ghost routine. More
that was
poutine." Yeah. And so
Oh.
like cooking is happening. Drunken crew members hanging out there. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Like, you guys tell me. Is it the next morning? Is everybody can like sleep it off? Do we fast forward through drunken antics? Or a couple of you going for a splinter mission?
I don't know. I'm not very stealthy, so
Oh, neither am I. That'll make
Yeah.
it even more hilarious.
put up a ruse, though. You know,
I mean, the
Could-
Tortle might be the most stealthy of the 3 of you.
I think
He's
so.
actually quite stealthy, I think.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely intrigued, but I don't know if I'm the best person for the job. But also doing it at nighttime when Brazzoli is potentially asleep makes some sense. It also might ruin the negotiations that we had with him before. So, you know, pros and cons, as they say.
Yeah, indeed. You know, before we do anything, why exactly are we here?
Okay, yeah, so super simple. Cerelia is a planet where we may have purposely started a kobold revolution that
Oh,
the
good on you, good on
Sahagwin
you.
now would like to hire the Gauntlet as a mercenary company to quell the rebellion. And I feel some personal responsibility to make sure that the Sahagwin do not eradicate and re-enslave the kobolds. So we just came here to see if we could, make a deal and say, if you actually help the kobolds, you could actually maybe make, the Sahagwins are offering money, but they probably have more money. You could, they could just pay you maybe, we were just trying to negotiate a deal, but he's like, no, I gotta go talk to Sahagwin. I'm a man of honor. I'm gotta go talk to them and figure out a deal first. So, yeah.
Cool. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely wanting to make sure that people don't get enslaved again. That's definitely bad.
Jake, what do you think? Is it worth it to try and sneak in to get information, or is that just gonna blow our? He's just then he won't negotiate with us. So
Apologies, there are drag racers apparently outside my apartment.
Oh yeah.
what are they lip syncing to?
For your life.
I don't know why I said this, Reya, but
Best Tortle win.
I think if you have any hope of having a honest negotiation with Mr. Chaos Brewer, you probably should not be.
sneaking into his room. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fair.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna eat some poutine.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Yeah, I'll go to bed.
So a night of drunken antics on the Dragonfly. we can imagine what happens. Seems like there's a real good opportunity for a bottle episode later when we flash back to the poutine incident. And ultimately you guys can all like cycle through, long rest, sleep your drunkenness off, consume much poutine, get all your stuff back, rememorize, like new morning, regroup if you would so desire.
Jake no longer has a level of exhaustion.
Yes, it's good.
Because you flew the ship.
Because you flew all night. Yep.
Yeah.
Jake tucked up in his shell in the cargo quarters. Yep.
Did we get a sense of when Brazzoli was going to go talk to the Sahagwin? He is going there to meet them. Like, how far are they away from that?
So you're like traveling in that direction now. I think that the deal would have been you're over there like Ori, you got to go all the way over to Cerelia. I think that you're still in the region of like 10 days for him to get there, thereabouts. This thing is not moving very quickly, this fortress.
It's a long time to just hang around.
This is the next morning, yes? Yeah. I think Reginald would sheepishly come out from his room and talk with Reya a little bit and say, yes, I cannot imagine us staying here for the entirety of that trip, no?
No.
I would think we should make some sort of deal and leave and then wait to be contacted after, if they speak with the Sahagwin.
What if I use sending to talk to the guy's name that I definitely remember? Yogurt.
Peanut butter yogurt.
Rish.
Drannen.
Yeah. And we opened the portal. The Tritons potentially coming and going or have access to Cerelia. Would presume that they would be on the side of the kobolds. If the Sahagwin, we could see what resources they might have to be able to offer a promising deal to Brazzoli, and we make an offer before we leave.
Yanna from right behind
that could work.
Reggie
yes,
is just like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. How are you feeling today, Professor Reginald Frybottom?
Good morning. I'm well. I'm. How are you? How are you, Yanna?
Oh, doing great. Doing absolutely great.
Good.
I see you have your
Yes.
bow tie and jacket on this time.
Yes. Apologies for my break in. It happens from time to time, not often. But Reya and I were here discussing options for the negotiation and what could be done in the short term to afford us some assistance with the Chaos Brewer. Reya, you mentioned possibly using sending. Would you actually use it
As
this
opposed
time?
to the other. Okay, don't tell. Lux is in the room, right?
I imagine like where it's the next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine Lux is like maybe like you hear her starting to like
Yeah.
stumble, like she probably falls out of the
Yeah.
hammock. Yeah.
Don't tell. Don't. It's just a nice thing to. I feel bad that if she's not, mother finds out something bad happened to her mother, that I said she was okay. But I just, I also had some to drink last night, Reg.
Well, I'm not judging. I'm just. That is a high wire act from which one could fall.
I'll tell her later that I lied. Maybe.
Maybe not. Probably, maybe best not
But
to.
okay, well, okay then. Okay, I'll just sit in it. It's great.
I'm not telling you what to do.
Good morning, Lux. Hey, Lux.
Hello.
Compass of
Hi.
this shit.
How's it going?
Ah!
Yeah, for great. So good.
Gosh, I feel so good this morning.
Yeah, you feel better. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's some coffee on the pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using my inside voice.
Lux, is everything
Yeah, that's great. Ben.
What?
Inside
is everything
voice.
sitting okay with you from the poo?
The Putin is sitting okay in your bowels. You don't feel like.
This is taking a real turn I didn't expect. Wasn't sure what exactly was going to happen with a lot of you.
Day
out
1,
drinking.
drunken shenanigans. Day 2, food poisoning. Day 3.
That's it. I'm going back to my room. It's not.
That's how the party was TPK'd, folks.
Reginald just goes back in the room.
Yeah, that's
Gastrointestinal distress.
Okay, here's the plan. I was talking to Reggie. How about we should send a message to Restranded and maybe one of the kobolds that we met, and see what we would be able to amass as an offer to Rizzoli, because I don't think we can spend 10 days going to Cerelia just to find out if our offer is better. So, yeah, what if we try to gain some intel, see what we can offer, make him an offer, and then go?
At the very
Make
least, we
him
should
an
probably-
offer he can't refuse. He can't do the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna offer to help with the fire full termin?
I mean, how do people feel about that? We could, if we said, we could actually offer help to go to Foam Terran,
With the
which
the
is
fire
on the way
giants?
pretty close to a little. We'd overshoot where we were going, I think. Where are we going? Lund.
Lun-
We'd overshoot it a bit, but we'd be in the general vicinity.
Yeah, I thought that would probably be a pretty good plan. You know?
Jake had extended that thing to him too when you guys were meeting with him, and Jake was like, have you ever had what if you had some explorers that were working closely with you?
Right.
And he was talking about the need for resources, all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if we agree to a short-term contract where we help deal with Foam Terran? I mean, how do we feel about fighting fire giants? Pretty big one to just throw on the table, you know?
Well, if it was just one. Oh,
You
fine.
can always just say that we help, and then, whenever we help with that is, just when it happens. But I don't know.
I feel like this guy really likes contracts, Lux.
Ugh. Well, that's dumb.
Pen to paper, terms.
I guess. He probably wouldn't have such strict contracts according for that stupid lady. I bet he doesn't like her and that she's doing something to him that's keeping her around, or has something she has something over his head. That's what I think. Just saying.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
In a universe of possibilities, that's definitely one.
Yep.
So what are we gonna do about it? We're just leaving then?
No.
About the Amelia thing, I don't know what we do about the Amelia. That feels like we'd blow up all the contract negotiations if we.
Well, Ray, can you send him a message and ask him?
Yeah, but what if he's mind controlled when I send him a message?
That's weird. Where are we?
I'm ready to
going?
go. And I think Reginald emerges from his room, having removed his jacket and his bow tie, and he's got the top 2 buttons open on his shirt.
Super cat.
He's rolled up his
Wow.
sleeves, and he's I think he's it is too damn hot in this fortress.
Reggie,
So
what the
if-
heck is
Oh,
happening?
where?
If we stay
I
here
don't
longer, does
know.
he stay like that? Because if so, I say we stay the 10 days.
Don't judge me based on how I look.
I
I love how thirsty Yanna is.
Simply have them adjusting.
But what about your bow tie?
Oh, That was a compliment. I apologize. I'm not used to receiving such. What, Lux? Huh?
What about your bow tie? Your bow tie.
It's in my pocket. Would you prefer?
No, I think you're fine
And
without
I think
it.
he like ties it like directly around his neck, but with the like collar still open on the shirt.
I don't
my
know about
pocket.
that one, Professor.
Oh, thanks a lot, Lux. Really appreciate
What?
that from you.
Reggie, you should teach me how to do the bow tie thing at some point. I like bow ties. They're very cool.
Yanna,
Bow ties are cool.
if you want me to hook you up with Reggie, like I think I can make it happen. I'm really good at it.
Love Doc.
Oh, don't worry. I can handle
Love
my own when it
Doctor.
comes to things like that.
You know what? I don't doubt it.
So wait, I have a question. Yesterday, Lux said that she's your best friend. Are you her best friend? How does that work? Is that, or is she your really good friend? Now I'm just spilling tea.
Yeah.
I think Lux is like,
Obviously, Lux is my best friend. I only tolerate anybody else. Lux is the best person I know.
Mm.
That hurts a little bit to hear.
I mean,
but
you
what
all,
about Waffle?
you're all good. Waffle's like not so much. I'd like a, Waffle's
prepared for
Waffle's
that.
also my best buddy. Don't make me choose. That's not cool, Yanna.
Well, I mean, it was a hard
That
question.
wasn't
that
juice.
Yanna put to you.
Ben asked the question.
I
just
you
was
know,
articulating it
you
for a
can get mad
matter of
at-
record.
the elderly flying kobold. It's just the rules.
Who may
Yeah.
or may not be a ghost.
And Jake and I are best friends. We all have best friends on the ship.
I like to think we're all best friends. It's just kind of, when you grow up with somebody, that's a little bit of a different situation.
Yes, and I like to think that I look like Hardrick
Who's
Battlebrute,
that?
but I
Well,
do not.
depends on the perspective, actually.
sorry, did I
Professor,
say-
and I appreciate all the friendship going around, but I just want to be honest with you guys. I really hate that plant. It's quite creepy, and I don't feel that terrific about it. So
Oh, but it's
I
gonna
just want it
grow.
out there on the record. I don't want to misrepresent myself.
Oh,
Yeah, but
the
it's gonna
plant is
grow
not your
such
best friend.
great rubies.
yeah, we were gonna offer the plant. We were gonna. offer the
Yeah, but
plant.
then I also doubled the amount of yield it's going to yield, so it's a lot of rubies, I think. And also, I just want to say, when you grow up with someone, I grew up with love for turtles in my heart my whole life, Lux.
Aw.
So
Well, then that's wonderful.
yeah.
We
Can I send a
need
message to
focus.
Reese?
We
Can I send a
are
message? Let's just
trying
get
to
a
solve-
landscape assessment of what's happening in Cerealia,
Sure,
Sure.
message to
Yeah.
Reese.
Yes, let us see what the options are available and indicate to him that it may
Okay.
require some coin
Yeah.
to motivate the
Yeah, let
public
me-
to
I'll ask
choose their
him,
side.
I'll tell him that we know that the Sahagwin might buy the gauntlet, and we would like to do everything in our power to make sure that they do not join the fights.
Okay.
And
Also,
what
we're
can we
not
do
being
to do that?
confrontational.
He'll know. Well, I did kill his familiar, so maybe
Yeah.
I should say.
Right.
Okay. All
Did.
Reya will cast Sending.
Mhm.
Hey, Reese. Reya here. The gauntlet might be hired by the Sahagwin. What am I at?
That's 12.
We want
About
to
halfway.
try to make a deal. What am I at?
19. Was that? Did I not lose one? Get 6 words off
What
it.
money? Money.
Might need money. Praise Clancy.
knew it was coming. Knew it was coming.
Praise Clancy. So I think that you get the reply back. Reya. Good to hear from you. Big waist.
It's hard, Rich. It's
Loose,
hard.
not tight,
We-
not
we
economical.
better.
With the sending. Yeah.
Now, big waste is what Rich.
The fight fares well. my people come in droves from the plane of water. Got, and I think that's it. I think was that 25?
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
Hold on a
Reya
second.
cast sending again. Says, you
Hold on a second.
You cut out. Praise Clancy.
You cut out praise Clancy. And so I think that he then replies again, like on the second sending, the second casting of sending. Yeah, he does not have sending himself. I'm just double checking.
That would have been clutch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he also might have known how many words you.
Yeah.
Our reinforcements are robust. We have resources to bring to bear. The kobolds fight fiercely above the sea. How much?
I got to cast it again.
Robust. Robust resources.
Okay,
What is this
wait,
person
no, he said
so
how much.
verbose?
So how much did he say yesterday? How much did Maybe asked this, but I think this was. Do you remember how much he said it would cost? He's like 10 grand, didn't he? Like 10,000.
It was 10,000. What did you?
I think he said-
What were you gonna say, Trey?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it was in the like in the 10,000.
He wanted 10,000
range,
for the
right?
price on Heller's head. Yeah, but I think it was gonna be like at least like that much to like contract. Yeah.
Okay, I'll reply with sending and just say that. Yeah.
And I think on this last sending, I think he like does offer to you like can't convey how important what you did here was. We Triton are still few, but we have a chance at victory. The Sahagwin are crumbling around us. And that's like the final sending there, right?
Okay. I would convey everything to the group.
Wow.
Okay, well, if the Sahagwin's on the decline, why don't we just go there and kill them?
Because we'd also have to fight the gauntlet.
Yeah.
But don't we fly faster than they?
But they'll still.
Yeah, but I don't
show
know
up
if this
there.
is like, like we could do it in a day, you know? Not a day.
It just like for scale, like it is, we are talking about like a planet-wide empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they're in decline is not like, hey, the 24 of them are only 15 now. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, they're fighting a world war basically. It's a small world, but nonetheless.
I think the best is that we go tell Brazzoli, we'll give you money, but also you just don't go. You don't need to go. And that you could basically get paid for doing nothing, and perhaps that money wouldn't have to offer as much, and then we could also, to Jake's point, try to convince them that we could be useful for them later. But that implies that they would not go to Cerelia.
I have had an idea suddenly.
Yes.
I've not considered it for very long, so apologies if it comes through unfiltered. What if we know that the Chaos Brewer feels an obligation to at least hear the offer of the Sahagwin by code? But what if we present an alternative, and in addition to that, we also prove that the Sahagwin are in fact not brokering in good faith? That would then give the Chaos Brewer means to turn about and head elsewhere. What I mean, the tiefling woman. I mean, there is a chance, no, that she is an agent of the Sahagwin? Yes? Did anyone else get that?
No, but that makes so much sense.
Very
I don't know, I never met her.
Maybe, But
Fair enough.
I worry that maybe her game is a little bit bigger than that, considering the I don't know. From meeting a Ferris and Asturias, and like, I can't help but think she has bigger aspirations.
Lux, I also think that while we might want to oust Amelia immediately, that it might not make sense for us to be able to do anything about it right now.
Not right now. I'm happy in knowing that at least the Gauntlet, there are people who don't really like her. And I don't
It's true.
know.
Wait, why aren't we taking out this evil tiefling person?
Well, we don't really know what her game is yet, but it just
I
it,
But
think
also
we-
because if
Mhm.
if
we
we blow
do
up
that,
these
it would, yeah.
negotiations, then they'll take the Sahagwin deal and go fight the kobolds. Is my-
So
It
My-
sounds
my-
like they might take this Sahagwin deal anyway.
My sense of the situation is, regardless of what we offer them, she has her hooks into him in a way that means that when we are not around, he is more likely to take the Sahagwin deal, regardless of whether it is a better deal.
so instead of talking to Brazzoli, do you think we should try and confront her and see what her maybe try
Or-
and get some answers?
Talk to her, maybe not confront.
Well, confronting and talking can be kind of the same thing.
If we talk to her tomorrow,
For Lux, it is.
we could talk to her, and I could maybe make her tell us the truth.
Maybe I could just seduce her.
Oh, okay. Well, this is great.
That is the best plan. Yep.
I also do have a touch of telepathy. If we get them all in the same room, I could just look in his head and see if there's someone else in there.
We should have brought you there the first time.
He's escorting he's getting the dwarves' jobs, or not the dwarves, prisoners' jobs.
I wouldn't mind myself a second viewing of that room. Or perhaps, alternatively, yes, to find Amelia alone. Quite frankly, I would love to find some sort of incriminating evidence to prove my hypothesis.
Right.
I
So
don't know
plan
how.
A is Jake seducing Amelia.
Yes, of course.
It's
very
Sounds like
Maybe
a
plan A.
true.
Telepathy, plan C, maybe some zone of truth,
Mhm.
Have to wait a full day
Um,
for that, but yeah.
Rich,
Why
how just quick, how big is the gauntlet? Like how what's the width of this? Like,
That tree fit.
is it like a mile or two? Like,
No, it's not a mile. I mean, it's a fortress, but it's like it's definitely like thousands of feet. It's probably like a half mile by a half mile on like the top of the like upturned kind of mountain, and the fortress itself is like a bit smaller than that on this pad of land, if that makes sense. But it's not like
Sure.
bigger than a full mile diameter.
so can go ahead, Yanna.
I was gonna say I have a sort of idea
Mm-hmm.
because we could do both, sort of. What if Reya, Yanna, and whoever else arranges they arrange the meeting, get everyone together, and they handle that, and then the others, sneakier people, break into whoever's place to find any evidence that they need to find, attack it from two fronts.
I love it.
Sure.
What
Um,
could possibly go wrong?
I could.
Everything. It's D&D.
If you're gonna say seducer, I could.
I could distract Brazzoli.
True.
How?
Are you attempting
No.
to
Mm.
seduce Brazzoli Chaos?
He
Because I
likes
mean,
bees.
dibs.
Did you just say dibs?
What? He likes bees?
He likes bees.
What? There's so much that just happened in that
really quick little period of time there.
What?
Bees
How
and
do
dibs.
you know that he likes
Yeah.
bees?
Oh, he wrote me to let me know he would love to talk bees with me.
Oh, this is what Esvin, the letter he gave you.
Oh,
Is that what
Yeah.
they call it?
well, Espen, do you think he's okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Listen,
He wrote
one
you.
problem at a time.
I'm worried about it.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, well that's. Did he set up a time or just whenever you want to go?
He's like, if he says before you go, if you have time.
Wow.
He has several apiaries, and he considers himself a bee enthusiast. Yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
that's a thing.
Perfect.
Okay.
Shocking.
So we could use that as the arrangement of all of us meeting to talk about bees while the others sneak.
Well, you guys don't really know. You'd hold me back.
Yes. I mean, I know nothing about.
You guys know nothing about bees.
Yeah.
We don't need to know about the bees. We just need to be in the room.
Yeah, but what if we then try to get Amelia? You know.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Jake does Operation Honeypot. We do
I
Operation.
see what you did there.
Mm.
Because bees make honey.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Operation Stinger. Take her.
Mhm.
These are all good.
Yes.
These are all good.
Yes.
I like the spicy
mean-
talk.
Mhm.
This is
No.
my favorite.
Also, just out of curiosity, I think Lux like closes her eyes for a minute and we'll send out her portal radar over a mile.
Looking
Around us.
for a portal within a mile. You come up with nothing.
That's a little comforting. No portals, just so you guys know.
Oh, good. Yep. Definitely was worried about the.
That does remind me. This would
Jake, you don't need,
perhaps
like,
be a
any
good date.
backup?
No, so like I think what would we the three
be
of
right
us will
back.
go, and Jake will go with his meeting, and we'll set up a conversation with the meet. Hopefully, I don't know how, Yanna, but we'll try to split them up.
But what if the bees are like a trap? What if bees are code for like come here and I'm gonna kill you? But like pretend to talk about bees.
Well, presumably Jake would yell and we could go running. At least Ray and I, while you guys do sneak.
And I don't know. What should I do?
I think you three should go look in his stuff. Well, I guess her stuff. For
How are
She's-
we gonna?
yeah, she hangs out on the portage, the steering loft,
I'm so interested in all that stuff. That would be a perfect place for me to be.
and her bedroom is in the lower levels.
So
Yeah,
like,
well,
you go
our
like
buddy
set her
Espen
up.
gave us so much information last night.
Yeah, very convenient. So Lux goes and chats her up on the portage, and
Yeah.
then
Yes.
Reg and I like sneak into her room and like spy on her stuff.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she
And
may
then Jake
not.
goes on the date. Mm-hmm.
She may not want her boss to meet
Yeah,
with me
meet.
without her. So she may be there when we're talking
Well,
about.
that's
bees.
none of her beeswax.
I don't get it.
He's a pun. No,
No.
none of her bees. Similar to business.
That's good, Reggie.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
It's like not that
Thank you.
similar to business when you think
You
about
see?
it. It's kind of a weird thing.
I have wit. I have humor.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we do this all tomorrow, I have other stuff I could, I could say you need to go meet Lux on the it might fail immediately. No, she's
I-
commanded, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I think the thing is like, what if she's just not up there, right? So why don't we just wait for a moment when she is up there?
Mhm.
Sure.
Hang out.
I think we have half a plan and we sort out the rest as we go. One is to pull the chaos.
You know, we could
Brewer
also
aside.
scry.
That makes too much sense, Lux.
You know? We have
Yes,
that really
scry.
cool thing that we took.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yanna, you could scry using the compass on the ship. That is something that we could do.
What the hell is scry?
I'm going to just go see if I can even arrange time with the Chaos Brewer. I'll be back. And Jake leaves the ship. And
If you see you wouldn't know what he looks like, but if you meet someone named Esfin, he's a page. He's the one. Oh, you do know what he looks like. He delivered the letter to you. You should
Take
try
the
to see if
sending
there's a
stone.
time of take the sending stone. See if there's a time of day where typically they're not together, and then let us know.
Okay.
Are we just letting Jake trips alone throughout the...
If you want, I could come with you and I'll hang outside. You know, I don't know anything about bee. I'll hang outside, but you know.
I'm just trying. I'll be back within 20 minutes.
Great.
And Jake
We'll hang
leaves.
Everybody trusts Jake. It's great. Yeah.
Jake leaves. I figure if there's one page, there's multiple pages.
Yeah.
Jake basically is like just walking, looking for a page to take a message to the main Citadel area. And he will have this letter with him to show like that.
It's official.
Actually, Jake will write on that same scrap of paper. Would love to talk about bees. Are you free today? You can find me. I will be on the Dragonfly. Don't mean anything by this.
Excellent. And so I think the page is like, absolutely, yes, sir. Yeah, of course we know who you are. I'll be sure to see this right to Chaos Brewer's hands. And he like takes off running. He's like, we'll send message back to the ship.
Well, thank you. And he gives him a gold piece.
Wow. This is very generous of you, sir.
And Jake heads back to the ship.
Okay. So you guys have like 20 minutes without Jake. I don't know if your plan is distilling it all or if it's mostly a bunch of rambling and such. Yeah.
I mean, both.
Yeah.
I think in this new plan, Yanna and I don't have something we are doing at the right. Doc and Reggie are gonna go sneak into her room, while Lux goes up to the top to go.
I mean,
I think Lux would need backup
Lux
of
can
some
go up.
I think Jake and Lux probably each need backup, right? Like one
Each
of
need
you
backup.
is like nearby
One
if something
each,
goes
yeah.
wrong with Jake and one goes wrong with Lux.
I'll go with Jake.
We know.
All right then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with Lux.
Okay.
Not
new
to be
plan.
very sneaky, but
Let me track all this. Lux is going to go to like the portage, the steering assembly, and see if you can meet with our tiefling advisor. Jake is going to go with Reya to meet the Chaos Brewer to scope the bees. Doc and Reggie are going to try to sneak into her room in the below ground quarters.
I love this. Y'all are
But first,
letting chaos reign. Lux is
But
gonna
first.
have a great conversation with this people.
but first,
I love that.
we are gonna scry. We're gonna use the compass or the
Right.
crystal ball to scry
Yeah.
on her.
Does she know when we
Oh.
scry on her?
I forget
She
which
has
one.
a chance of finding out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a chance.
Okay.
Just saying that it's right.
But
Maybe
she
we
wouldn't necessarily
don't.
know it's us. Just knows that there's. I don't know.
Well, what would our characters decide?
Scrying, you've met her firsthand. She's got a 0 modifier on the saving throw. That's basically it. Right. Yep.
I don't know if we. Red, just talk me through what information you want to get out of
What is-
scrying on her.
yeah.
I would like to know where she is on the ship at this very moment.
Scrying
That's
is
it.
magic crystal ball stuff, Kevin. Like peer at
Okay,
her
thank you.
through the crystal ball.
So, gosh, we have one set of sending stones.
Yeah.
In 3 groups.
Yeah, because my
But we could scry on her at this very moment and know before we split up.
I'm okay with it. There's a risk, but there's a risk with all
She
plans.
knows that.
Reg, you've told me.
Yes, but there is. I've constantly calculating it, but the risk here is low, and should we fail, we would know and could make a decision at that point. Or would we?
I-
But if
I
she
don't
finds
know.
out that we're
would
trying
certainly
to
know
spy
we
on
were
her,
unable
wouldn't
to
that put
see
us
her.
at a disadvantage?
She wouldn't necessarily. I don't think that she would know that it's us. She would just know that she was being looked in on by someone.
Wouldn't she guess,
I mean,
though?
yeah,
She would not
Yeah,
what's the
but
point of
there's
order?
not
If a bunch of strangers showed up, met her yesterday,
confirmation.
and all of a sudden someone's spying on her, it doesn't take an
Yeah.
entirely leap of logic to end up that maybe it's the newcomers who are very much
The only
questioning
way that she
and
would
trying
be able
break
to
the
know
deal that
if
her
we
boss
was
had.
the only way that she would know, I believe, is if she could see an invisible object. No, that would require an immense amount of fortune that I don't have reason to believe that she has.
Let's
You
Do
mean
it.
immense amounts of fortune, like the amount of contracts a
Well, good luck. Plan.
guild of mercenaries might have.
Let's do it.
Okay, doing it. Who's activating the crystal ball to scryer? We'll
Someone
determine the
Reggie.
spell.
Reggie's
Yanna has not met her, so
Neither has Doc, so.
and neither has Doc.
That did you say that sets the DC, Rich? Is that what you just were gonna say?
First-hand knowledge is a +0 modifier. We do not have anything from her.
so I can just do
And
what is it?
it's a wisdom saving throw, so
Yeah, I'm making a saving throw. So in other words, I'm rolling a save against your spell DC, whoever activates it, right?
Well,
So
I have a spell minus 16.
as is mine.
okay,
So-
so
Yeah.
you guys are
Yeah.
in the
Go ahead, Rhea.
cabin. Reya like reaches out, touching the crystal ball, which is mounted on this like pedestal next to the actual Spelljammer helm, right? And so activating, we watch as like the smoke begins to coalesce inside of the crystal sphere. I shall roll dice. You want real dice? Real dice it is. That was a terrible critical one that I just rolled. As it like rolled
Perfect.
17 and then right on the mouse button. I'm never rolling real dice again. I quit. So you
We
watch
did it.
as,
This
like,
was all just a setup to get to this point.
the smoke begins to like crystallize, and I think all of you like standing in the cabin of the ship are watching like as this figure kind of forms appearing in front of you, and I think that you see like low walls around her. She appears to be like in the open air, her wind kind of like blowing in the breeze, and she's like walking on this like open top of this area with like these short crenellated walls around her, as you see her stride up to a pair of double doors and then kind of like open the doors, like leaning in, and you hear her like calling in like all is still moving according to plan. And then like she like closes the door to like this little kind of room, and you see her like striding over next to this dwarf that's got his hair, brown hair, tied back in like a kind of ponytail. He's got this bearded braid out of his or braided beard dropping off his chin, and he's standing in front of this like massive kind of telescope, and she just like walks next to him and proceeds to like stop. And like he like just is standing there. The two of them are kind of like standing motionless, just like side by side with each other as the ship moves along.
Okay.
Who the hell is that guy?
Can I have you guys like roll insight checks, I guess, for those of you that are like peering at this?
Yeah.
I think as you're like watching, you see her like her and the dwarf like turn and look at each other, and they both just sort of like nod as they turn like kind of their heads simultaneously, like looking off the edge of the ship. What'd you guys get?
16.
16.
A 19 plus 8 is 27.
Holy
Yeah. What? Yeah,
Reya
that one.
Dewbrook.
Reya, I think that like with the over 25 roll, yeah, like, as you're watching, like there's something a little unnatural that you're catching there, Yanna, just in the way that like she's moving and interacting with this guy next to her. But Reya, as you're looking at the two of them, I think you realize like they're moving with absolute synchronization. This woman and like the dwarf next to her, like their heads are moving like in exact kind of synchronization to look at one another, and they nod like perfectly in pace and turn like staring off the edge of the ship, like in perfect synchronization. Like I'm talking like choreographed down to like the instant.
You don't notice that they're like
And I
perfectly
think-
in sync.
As Reya's like saying this, all of you watch and you see her blink, and like the dwarf blinks like kind of simultaneously with her.
That's so weird.
What the heck?
What the heck is up with that?
Yeah. So Jake's not the robot.
Reggie, are you
Is there magic?
familiar?
Yeah, is there magic that
Yeah.
would be that would?
Magic. The only thing I've seen similar to that would be Dungeon Master. Can I roll for something, please?
Sure, you can. Yeah, you can utilize like detection spells like through here. What do you want to try to do? What? Yeah. What's
I
the
think
goal?
I would like to use my. I think I would like to use my intelligence in order to ascertain whether this would be some sort of like arcane feature or is something more mechanical or natural.
Make an
as this, like,
investigation check.
choice and-
Yeah.
Can
make an
I help
investigation
with
check.
this? I was thinking of trying to like, yeah, like, is this built or is this magic?
Sure.
Would you like to roll, or would you like me to roll twice?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so make an investigation check with advantage. Listen to that sound.
Okay. I first rolled a 10 plus, and then with assistance, I rolled a 12 plus 8, which is 20.
20.
Nice.
I think as you're like scanning, like there's no overt indications of like magic. She's not using any type of spells or anything like that. It's like clearly they are like tethered somehow, almost as though like they're just operating the same. And I think that with like your keen impression is you're looking around the top of like this area, you see just off the side of Omelia is like a stone kind of wall with a door, a stone door set in it. And there's this almost like glistening kind of like shining sort of residue around the edge of the door and along like the base of the floor underneath it. But like whether or not it's like a magical effect, like there's clearly something unnatural synchronizing the two of them together. And I think you see this like kind of this glistening kind of sheen of this dried residue along the wall, the floor of this small room behind them as you're investigating. Yeah.
It is not magical or arcane in origin. The only thing that becomes clear to me is we do not know who else is involved. It is not simply Amelia.
When she walked into the room, did that appear like she was on the top of the? She's just outside, but we don't
Yeah,
know.
she's on top of what looks like a tower to the fortress. Here, I'll do one of these. Your guys' tokens are on here so you could see, but you're obviously not in this space. Give me 1 second. Thing. I think that was correct, right? Yeah. So yeah, you see her like standing with this dwarf near this big telescope off on the side. Did I just lose someone?
Are they
Okay.
outside?
Yes, they are definitively like outside. They're standing on like this open air like tower, and then there's like a room up here on the north side. That's where she poked her head in and like spoke, and then you see the like wall and the door just down beneath her to the south.
Oh, so she was like she opened the doors and then was like all is well or whatever, and then turned around
Yeah,
and go in
and
the
then
room.
turned and like walked over to the side where this other dwarf is standing with her. Yeah.
What do we do? Not with, well, unless Brazzoli was in the room.
I'm feeling more and more like we need to.
Just go there as a group.
I mean, we need to figure out what the heck is going on with her, because if she's dealing with this Sahagwin and or whatever her plan is, whatever she's doing with Brazzoli, like, does not seem like a good thing. And I don't like whatever is going on there.
Jake, at this
You
point,
just
you've
go
made your
confront
way
her?
back to the ship as they're all like kind of scrying and stuff, right?
What do we want to do?
Yeah.
I think we go. I think we go. I think we go now. We split into pairs, and we know that she is not in her room. And you keep her distracted. Jake, see if we can keep Zoe distracted, and we try and find dirt.
Do we confront her? Like,
No. If we're splitting up, your job is to distract her.
I'm staying on the ship in case I get a message back from Brazzoli.
Mhm.
Right.
That plan needs to still be seen through. If he accepts it, it's going to come off as very suspicious if the page comes back with a message and there's nobody here.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You yes.
Okay, do we wait for the mess? It seems like she's just gonna hang out there. She said,
Yeah.
Esfin said she hangs out there a lot.
yeah.
She's there
True.
So we
most of
should
the day.
yeah, we should just split up then, right? Like,
You don't.
I
need
I
to
think
do-
we wait. I think we wait for if we get a word from the page, and then we'll go.
I can.
would the page come back with a thing saying he's on his way, or would he just come here?
I assume he wants to show you his bees, so he would.
I'm really going to be embarrassed if this is a euphemism.
You'll be embarrassed, yeah.
What I anticipate is that a page will come back with either a message saying, swing by anytime, swing by now, or swing by at a specific time. I'll have the sending stone, I don't know who I would be the best person to update on that status as you're infiltrating.
Well, I think it depends on when we're together. It depends on what happens. If like Amelia comes to see, I guess that's good news for. I don't know. Depends
So
on what
this
happens.
is my
yeah.
question: as like Jake is presenting this to you all, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to wait for Jake to get word before the rest of these teams split off, or are you guys going to go do your things?
I mean, we don't know how long that will take. I mean, I might not get word till tomorrow, so I think you guys should go do your thing. Figure out who the most strategic person to receive a message from me, like who would need to know that I'm going to see Chaos Brewer.
I actually think, Jake, it's the other two groups who will need to communicate with each other that, hey, Amelia is going to her quarters, so they should actually have the sending stone, and we should not have it.
That's fine.
That
too.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like trying to
Should-
map out how this was gonna. I mean, you could relay to Jake, who then relay. Like we are command central.
Should
No,
should
that
we
doesn't
maybe,
work. No, that doesn't work either. So yeah, I think it should be the other groups. Yeah.
Should we maybe wait, like, I don't know, maybe like an hour, and if the page comes back, just so that we know when this meeting is going to happen, at least. If
No,
but if
do you
they
know what?
don't-
Okay, wait. I actually do. I think that if you silly plans, if you go up, you should go now, because the more that you might be around Amelia, and if she gets like word that like,
yeah,
oh, like they're trying to meet with that, like that's your role, is to like distract. So if you get word that like they're leaving, you can't message us per se, but you know.
yeah. Yanna, do you want to?
But who cares if she joins while we're talking with Brazil? Kind of, right? Who cares?
Well,
it doesn't
I
matter.
think-
it is more important that we not get caught sneaking into her room. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, certainly go
Players
distract.
plan, dice laugh, says Kevin. What are you guys doing? What's the plan?
Mhm.
Ready, Yanna?
I think maybe
Yeah.
we take you all go now. Reginald would ask for about 11 minutes in order to cast a spell ritually while we wait. And then eventually Doc and I could peel off.
Okay, got it.
Great.
Okay. Break.
Lux and Yanna, the pair of you leave the Dragonfly, making your way, asking around, looking for like the portage bridge here, the steerage, this like one towered parapet wherein awaits the advisor. The rest of you lingering. What are you ritual casting, Reggie?
I am casting Unseen Servant as a
Oh.
ritual.
Yeah.
Hey,
In
nice.
order
Okay.
to summon my Unseen Servant, Alan.
You're
Alan.
unseen servant, Alan. Unreal.
So one of my tinkers that I learned was the replicate magic item Cloak of Elvenkind, which gives advantage on stealth checks. So people that understand how artificers work better than I can, do we have time to like make another cloak, and so that like Reggie and I like each have one of those? Is that how that
Alas,
works?
no.
If I can
Each
make that like 2
infusion
of my
can only
infused
be
items,
used
no.
once. No.
Oh,
Each infusion can
buzzkill.
only be used once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can make like one of those.
Yes. So you would theoretically have one of those, or an infusion to be used. It would cost one of your infusions, but it could be to
Okay.
have one of those. But not-
I also have the spell invisibility. So I think what I will do is I will give you the Cloak of Elvenkind. And then if I need to cast invisibility on myself.
Well, this would certainly finish the look, seeing as how I am going without jacket today.
Reginald looking sharp, collar open, sleeves rolled up with a cloak now draped over his shoulders by Doc. But the camera follows Yanna.
Perception
and
checks against you also have disadvantage.
It's very clutch. Lux and Yanna, we will begin with the pair of you as you stride your way. Back. Lux and Yanna, you make your way through the gauntlet, being like led through hallways as you ask around where the portage is. And so traveling up like the staircase, it's like these circular staircases in the corners of areas. You go for like a few levels up out of the one building, and ultimately, you come to like a dwarf standing at the top of the stairs, who like immediately both of you like are like, oh, this guy looks a lot like the dwarf that was like standing out there on the platform with her, which like more than like a little bit like them, it's more than a familial resemblance as you see them and are like, and I think that he like tilts his head as you approach, like, can I help you?
Hello. We're just kind of checking the place out. We were told that Amelia hangs out up here, and we're hoping to ask her some questions. We're very curious adventures, and we look for knowledge and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, a message was sent, for us to talk to her, so you should probably let us through. It seems to be very important.
Yeah.
No message was sent, but she is here. Please. And he like steps out of the way and pushes the door open. And I think that, you see like the twinkling light starlight outside. And so, the pair of you come like striding out onto like the top deck. Immediately you feel a bit of like a breeze kind of blowing through your luxurious locks as the both of you come like striding out from this like stairwell in the corner. And I think the dwarf is like, she is just on the far side of the courtyard. And I think as the pair of you like come walking out, she's already like turning, walking towards you, and is just like, "Ah, well met."
Hi again.
Hello. Nice to meet you, I suppose.
And you as well.
I love that we sent Lux to chat with Amelia. This is gonna
Yeah,
be
great,
you know,
great.
you guys
really strong choice.
This
really
is the best
strong,
choice we
yep.
could have made. Yeah.
I think
Great
that
choice,
this
yep.
tiefling woman with the blue hair turns, looking down towards you, Yanna, and is like, "Ah, greetings. You were not with the others during their reception."
Yeah, I was a bit busy trying to find some people a new home. It's a thing.
We all have our jobs.
And yours is...
I just switched us over to the map layer. So I think that she's just like, mine. I am an advisor to the commander, of course.
That's good. Always good to have advice. People around to inform you, tell you important information.
Well, you have been asking around about me, haven't you? Not you particularly.
It's like, I just met you.
Yeah, but she like turns looking back at you, Lux. But you especially.
Yeah, you're a very curious individual. And I'm interested to know more about why you're here. And, you know, things.
I'm here to ensure that the Gauntlet's operations work in conjunction with that of Ipsen's Castle Guard. I'm a representative here on their behalf to offer guidance and counsel to Commander Brazzoli to ensure that our goals remain aligned as we move into the future. It is very important to the Castle Guard that the great mercenary companies such as itself and the Gauntlet are not at cross purposes.
And how long have you been doing that exactly?
Are you questioning my qualifications?
No, just asking a question.
For many years. The entirety of my life, actually.
You've been here on the Gauntlet for your entire life?
Of course not. No, that would not make any sense at all.
No.
Rich, while this entire conversation started with Lux, I was about to call myself the wrong name. Yanna is busy concentrating as they start trying to peer into this tiefling's head.
Oh yeah, how are you trying to peer into their head?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to use the telepathy to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, try to convey, since I can convey ideas and don't have to do words. What can I show? Can I re-show the image of them, her and the dwarf moving in sync?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You see, you project that image into her mind. And I think as she's talking to you, Lux, she just like cuts right off and turns looking at you, Yanna, like.
I just have a blank face. I don't know what's going on.
And then looking back to you, Lux, and her eyes narrow a little bit. And I think that I think she sighs and is like, and I think Lux, I think that she starts to like speak and her voice is like very resonant. There's like this powerful kind of timbre to it as she's like, you are pressing me in an inconvenient fashion. I don't have time for this. Why don't you give me your weapons and go into that room? And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my.
DC is gonna be 18.
To both of us?
Nope, just Lux.
Oh.
She is within 10 feet of you, technically, I guess.
A wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled and rolled 20. Haha.
Yeah, that's a failure, and so you are dominated.
Oh,
and she casts dominate
jeez.
person on you, and is like, "Why don't you hand me your weapons and step into that room right there?" And then she like turns to look back at you, Yanna. Like,
Can
"My
I
friend?" Yeah,
grab Lux's hand, like arm, before?
yeah.
she
So she
starts moving
turns
towards
and
the
looks
door?
back to you, and is like, "Your friend has grown very aggressive in her inquiries about me, and I find it deeply concerning." And so you're gonna like reach to grab Lux's hand. Make an attack roll to grab her. Just any one of your basic attacks.
An attack roll to grab her?
Yeah. It would be like an athletics check.
Athletics check. Okay.
I mean, it could be. Yeah, make an athletics check versus Lux. Make like an acrobatics check.
Okay. Rolling real dice.
It's a natural 20.
Yeah, I rolled like garbage. It's fine. It's good.
It's much less universal celebration for the real dice 20s. It's hard to know at the same time. Lux, still make an acrobatics check. I don't think you could beat them, but nonetheless.
No, I rolled a 5. So
Okay, yeah. So you grab
well,
Lux's
it's still a
arm.
10, but yeah.
Good job,
You
Taylor.
grab Lux's
Way to
arm
go.
as like Lux, like you're like offering over like your bow. Probably it's like the
Aw.
weapon you can get, right? You like
Yeah.
take your bow off your back and like hand it over, and I think that she like takes it from you, and it's like there's really no need for any manner of conflict.
I agree. So why don't you let her go?
You're the one holding her, friend. I merely thought that she could go wait with my companion in the steerage while you and I speak in a more peaceable manner. She is very aggressive and has little patience for anything I will say to her.
Yeah, but that's part of her charm. So if I have her here, I feel like things will be okay. She can stick by my side, and we can talk like quote-unquote civilized lot.
Excellent. And so I think it's at this point that right, yeah. So she just sighs a little bit and is like, very well. And I'm gonna say I need you, Yanna, to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 18. Don't forget your paladin stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Plus, I have advantage.
Is that breaking? I don't.
Nope. It's not
Dominate
breaking any kind of
person.
concentration on you. For
Does
That
dominate person
is-
just last, or do I get to make saving throws every 6 seconds?
What'd you say, Kev?
That is another natural 20.
Wow.
Wow.
What
Yanna's
happens when the
Yanna's
bots
gonna-
aren't out to get Kevin?
Yanna's gonna smirk and just say, not so,
You feel your muscles go rigid for a moment as she starts to like grab a hold of you with this magic trying to paralyze you, a familiar sensation, and you manage to like fight it off. And I think it's at this point that the camera cuts. We snap back to the Dragonfly, where Reginald, you have finished your ritual casting. Doc, having like wrapped your cloak around him.
Mhm. Well, by this point, they should have spotted Amelia and hopefully not engaged with her in any way.
Yeah, we should go. I'm sure it's going just peachy.
Okay.
Thankfully, I've chosen the exact spells for this occasion.
Perfect espionage spells. So as Doc and Reggie are like leaving the ship, what exactly are you two doing? Like, are you sneaking through the halls, or what's up?
I think like at some point, Reginald, like we know that she's on the 3rd floor, but we got to figure out where. Also, giant Giff not sneaking through the halls too well.
Nope. Yeah.
I think we just like walk as if we belong there, right? Like,
Walk as
You know-
you belong. Yes.
yeah.
You're like making your way through the halls past dwarves. Some of them like friendly smiles. Most of them like acknowledge you, you know, they like you're clearly like strange visitors. And so you can like get some guidance and direction. Like, where are the barracks? Where's the like soldiers' quarters? Oh, okay. The like 3rd through 5th floors. Okay, down on the 3rd floor. Got it. Yep. You make your way like down some stairwells. The whole place is like a bit of a labyrinth, right? These tunnels. Occasionally you come past spaces where like these big like open archways out in the space. There are other spots that have like literally like glass steel kind of like windows, but ultimately they get you to the stairwells. You start descending and you get yourselves to the 3rd floor. Yeah, I'm just looking to see what you guys want to do. Is you're like stepping out
good.
the door. Yeah.
I think along the way, Reginald will just say to Doc, like, do you think that this is a good idea? Do you feel good about our plan?
Sure. Why not? I don't know. Probably not. We should probably have just gone and like hit her really hard, but
Hit her really hard. Oh, well. Hopefully this will work out. Okay.
yeah.
One thing I wanted to tell you. Oh, please, no, please. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say we should look around and try to figure out which room is
simply whatever it was. No, yes. Oh, we're here. How wonderful. I mean.
Wait, what?
Are
you trying to? Do you want to say something?
Nothing.
I think it's at this point like a door opens at the bottom of the stairs as you two are like in the stairwell, you know, and like a dwarf comes in like, excuse me, pardon me. There's like a handful, like half a dozen dwarves kind of like bustling past you.
Oh, sorry.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I think the last one is like eyes and you like, you two should get a room. All right, excuse me. They all kind of like push past you, making their way up the stairs. The sound of like their boots above you.
Don't laugh so hard. Come on, it's not that funny.
I was cover. Was that not obvious? No. Okay. Now I blend in with the shadows.
So you pull the cowl of this Cloak of Elvenkind over your large head as you slip out of the door and can make like a stealth check, Reggie, stepping into the hallway. There's no like dwarves in sight. You're seeing like a series of hallways going in kind of different directions with just like dorm room style doors on them, right?
That's a 4.
Okay, got it.
With
You do have
advantage?
Oh, with advantage. Okay.
Yeah, the cloak gives you advantage on stealth checks.
18.
And then Doc, you're casting invisibility on yourself?
So I am gonna wait to see if he can figure out what room is hers quickly, and I'm gonna kind of hang in the stairwell briefly. If he's not able to quickly figure it out, I will do it. But yeah.
Okay, so Reg, what's the plan here? You're just gonna start wandering the halls looking.
Yeah, I probably should have asked someone along the way. Yeah, I think. How many rooms are we talking here in these hallways?
Yeah, so like each one of the hallways, like there's a hallway like leading in front of you, another like off to the right, and there's solidly like let me think for a second here. Let me even just like look on the map. I guess I could do that.
I mean, yeah, there's names on the doors, right? Super easy.
No, there's definitely not names on the doors.
I didn't. Yeah.
There's definitely like more than like 20 rooms, you know, if that's relevant to you.
Great. I think Reginald would walk up to the first door and confidently knock on the door.
And I think you hear like, and this like dwarf, all like bleary-eyed in a nightgown, is like,
Oh goodness! Apologies. I was meant to send a message to Miss Vernus.
What are you doing here? You're one of them with that dragon.
No, not at all. I was sent to. I'm a page, meant to give a message to Miss Vernus.
Furnace. The fuck is Oh, the visor. Right, Amelia. The corner end of the hall.
Yes, good. Sleep,
God
sleep,
sakes.
please.
By the creator, his fucking guess.
And he just like, phew, just like, tries to get away as quickly as possible.
Got it. He like slams the door. You hear him just like grumbling from the other side. Yeah.
It worked. How we got the information that we needed.
Yeah. So I
Go.
want to sneak
Door.
over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then cast alarm on the door and then cast invisibility on myself.
On the door to the stairwell or on the door to her room?
I think I want to do it on, if there's like a hallway that she is down, I want to do it on like the area covering like that hallway so that we have a little bit of notice time, but not like anybody entering the third floor.
Got it. Yeah, got it. So you like start making your way down the hall. You like cast this alarm. You slip invisibility over yourself as a lot of you like come to her door. Now what? Is Waffle with you? Where's Waffle?
Yeah. Waffle is with me. Like, it's gotta be. I don't think I would have sent him. I don't know.
I would also ask, while you sort that out, I would ask Alan to stand guard and to come alert us if he sees anyone coming down the hallway.
Okay, so Alan is waiting like outside the door at the bottom of the stairs, and there's a hallway with an alarm on it. Yeah, what about Waffle? Is he just like flying around by himself? What do you want to do with him?
I think Waffle is also going to stand guard because Waffle can't be surprised. So he is the lookout.
Yep, got it. Waffle like lingering with Alan. Okay, so you guys like make your way back down the halls. Nobody's really like moving around down here. You find yourself at like a corner room, and you get the notion just from like the outside that it's probably bigger than some of the others, like the length of wall to the door. So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Can I try to see if the door is trapped?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Oh, that's bad. Like 7?
Yeah, it's definitely not.
It's 9, but it's still not better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. If it's definitely not trapped, then I'm gonna try to open the door.
You like shove into it. It is locked.
Okay. Can I use my thieves' tools to try to pop it open?
You could.
One could. Or. And then Reginald will tap the door and cast knock on the door.
Very convenient. As you hear like click, click, the door just like opens, unlocking.
I've just learned that spell.
That's great.
And
That's
so
really great.
we watch as the pair of you like kind of vanish in the outline of invisible Doc, Reginald concealed in his crow cloak, like melting into the darkness of the doorway. And it's at this point we cut back to the Dragonfly, where you hear calling from outside Reya and Jake as you're waiting. It's been like probably about half an hour since like Doc and Reg left, and you hear this calling from outside of like messenger here for Jake, Master Jake.
Well, I suppose I should get that.
Yeah, that is you.
And Jake will walk outside and see the page.
Yeah, this is a dwarven lady. She's like a little bit older looking than Esfin there. Her hair like tied back in this braid. And she's like, I've been sent to ask when would be amenable. Commander Chaos Brewer is free right now if you would like to come and join him to break your repast for lunch.
That sounds like it would be extremely rude of us to turn down such a welcoming invitation. Can I bring my friend with me?
Oh, just the one? Certainly, yes. The
Yeah.
Definitely just the one.
The garden is a bit small, but there's plenty of room for two of you, sure.
Wonderful.
Great.
Should we just join you, or
Yes, I can escort you, of course.
Jake will look over his shoulder at Ray? And Ray has been hearing all this. Ray's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Wonderful. We'll lead the way.
Great.
And so, just like that, I'll grab you two here. Yeah. You guys make your way. You're following this dwarven lass as she kind of like leads you through the winding tunnels, many dwarves passing you as you go. And eventually she like brings you again to one of these like small corridors, a twisting kind of rising staircase, as it were. And you make your way up these stairs, out this stairwell into a hallway, and the dwarven girl kind of like leads you down the hall to a door on your left where she stops and like knocks and just kind of like calls in, Master Chaos Brewer, or Commander, Jake has seen fit to come and join you for lunch. He's accepted your invitation. And you hear the voice from inside like, yes, come in. And so they like open the door and just gesture for you to step in. And so like, yeah, Jake and Reya, you guys like step into this room, and essentially it is a like, as you open the door, you're like taken by the light filling the space up. It's much brighter than anywhere else that you've been in the Citadel so far, as there's these like motes of like dancing kind of light floating around the upper like area in the room. And ultimately there's this hum around you. You hear consistently, persistently the buzzing of bees kind of like filling the space as you step into the room. And you're overcome with the aroma of like fragrance just filling the space up. These flowers in bloom all over the place. There are kind of vines cascading out of these pots down the walls. There's all these like stone foundations with little beds with plants like rising up in and out of them. And you see the sight of Brazzoli Chaos Brewer like standing with like a small pair of like snipping shears in one hand as he's like cutting away very delicately at like one of the plants in front of him, and he turns like over his shoulder, taking in the pair of you as you come, and he's like, well met. I did not expect you to come with your companion, but well, welcome.
I hope that's okay and not presumptuous.
In truth, there's very, very few I can share this space with who have any appreciation for it, so I'm quite grateful for anyone who wishes.
It is quite fragrant.
Aye.
Do you mind if I meditate and pray in here? It's lovely.
You worship Clancy, isn't that right?
Yeah. If it's a problem, I can,
No problem of mine. I've never quite had good interactions with them Dasher clips, but
Yeah, they're terrible.
your kin are
Yeah.
gentle enough.
All right, I will be meditating in the corner, ritually casting Speak with Animals.
Okay, as you're gonna ritually cast Speak with Animals over in the corner.
Yeah,
And
Rich, I
Jake-
hope you named every bee.
Oh, I did, yeah. It's buh and z and buh and buh.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You are over in the corner casting Speak with Animals as Jake, like Brazzoli, like gestures for you to come over, and you could see he's got all these hives like in the walls underneath a lot of these plants, and he's like, me father's father's father. He's the one that started the brewing. He said, everybody, well, they think of ale when they think of dwarves, but the truth is that we've been making the finest mead for centuries past. He says, when I was a boy, it was my job to keep the hives tended, harvest the honey. It's something I always found peace in, strange enough. There's not much peace in this line of work.
Well, may I speak bluntly?
Please.
I mean, there's not much peace in this line of work, largely based on the choices you're making.
Fair enough.
No judgment, just observation. If you wished to have a more peaceful life, there's different choices you could be making, and you'd probably be happier just from what I can tell from the brief moment we've already conversed.
Can I reveal a truth to you?
Oh, please do.
In recent times, I found my mind betrays me. There's bits and pieces I can't find anymore. I know I used to care for the bees when I was a boy, because my father asked. But I can't remember.
About that. So, and Jake pauses. Some of my, and don't take this the wrong way, some of my shipmates suspect that you may be under the influence of certain persuasive magics by one on your staff.
No, that cannot be, can it? Doesn't
Well,
make any sense.
Does
I just-
that make more or less sense than your fragments of memories vanishing?
I don't know. It's confusing, to be honest. I asked you here because I thought you might be able to help me remember how to take care of them. They're dying, and I know for years I've done this, and it's given me solace, but it's slipping away. I know that we just finished a campaign somewhere, but I don't remember where. I don't remember my father's name. I have pieces left and right falling away. I don't think that anyone's affecting me mind, though. It's the price of battle, isn't it? How many times I've been struck in the skull.
About what time do you, as far as you can tell, when did this lapse in memories begin?
I mean, if it were that easy, I just can't remember. I can't remember how long. All kinds of things have fallen away. The name of the pages, the contracts, payments. I've always been good with numbers.
But when did you first start to falter?
I think he kind of like shrugs at you, and there's this like pained look on his face, you know, where he's like, God, I can't remember. You know, you just see like a bit of like desperation, you know, that like Alzheimer's terror in his eyes almost, of like he knows that like he doesn't know, and it's like he's scared. He's like, there's so much that I'm not sure of, but I used to be able to care for the bees. That much I know, and it just doesn't make sense. For centuries, I've been in here, and now I just look at them and I don't know how.
We don't trust your tiefling advisor at all.
And so I think amidst the buzzing of the bees, the chanting of Reya Dewbrook in the back, the scene smash cuts to the ceiling where, Yanna, you just rolled a natural 20 against hold person. Lux, you are dominated. And yeah, I don't know. What do you want to do, Yanna?
Yeah, so I said, what happened to civilized conversation?
And I think that there is this like sigh from the person as they're just like, you all are growing. I'm sorry, voices. You all are growing very, very frustrating for me. As she like takes a step forward towards you and is just like, relinquish the hold of the changeling girl, and we may proceed with civilized conversation.
No.
Okay. And so I think it's at this point that, gosh, it's 11:06. And I really want to say the thing, but I don't know how long you guys have here as you're separated into 3 independent tandem units. You guys tell me, does anybody have to go soon? Like legit, no pressure if you do have to go, as it's like late-ish.
I mean, it's a school night, so
It is a school night.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could leave ourselves in
Pretty
suspense.
pretty high.
Cliffhanger.
Good cliffhanger.
Feels like-
Yeah.
Who's
Feels
It's a high
cliffhanger?
drama moment.
I guess this is where we'll leave our
Ooh.
adventurers
Ah.
today.
No. Oh my gosh.
With the wicked cliffhanger, as the party is split, trouble on the rooftops, infiltration below decks, heartbreaking revelations in the room of bees.
You know what's funny? I like Taylor. I really want to know what's in the room.
Yeah.
I know. I can't do a single thing.
No, I know.
I can't make a saving throw until I get hit.
Yep.
Like
You can fight Yanna, and we'll have to pick that up another time.
Well,
Next week.
if Amelia tells Lux to do that,
Oh yeah, that's coming. That part I could guarantee. Amongst the many cliffhangers, you feel like that one's coming soon. I realize this is high pressure as we have all of you guys, and I don't know that everybody's going to be able to be here. I know you specifically can't make next week, right, Kurt? But so
Be
yeah.
here.
Bzzz, bzzz, bzzz.
God.
Well, I mean, I guess this is incentive to show up for next week, you guys. If it's at all viable. I hate to do it, but I do
alright.
think that, yeah, this is where we leave our adventurers tonight. You guys, that was kind of hilarious. I don't know what exactly I expected with like all
You
6
didn't
of
expect
you.
us splitting the party into thirds.
It wasn't that. We went off script.
We did. We went off
Fair
script,
enough.
Troy. I thought we got the script to everybody on time tonight, but we did. We went off script. 3 like separate units. I figured the party would be split. There is a reason that I have like 5 separate maps of this facility to put you all on different floors. So the splitting the party didn't surprise me. Amazingly, you think I should know after 30 years of doing this, but like let's like get drunk and make poutine. That was the more surprising of the 2. That's
It's not even the first time we've done that.
not
Yeah,
even
that was
close.
great.
No.
I hope it was fun. It was very hilarious. Poor S-Fan, man. He's equally empowered and
So
shit out of luck
afraid.
all at once, I think.
So afraid for that kid.
I love it. All the maps are at nighttime. Well, we can't do any of this. We're all drunk, so be a morning expedition. Yeah.
But it's cool. I use the nighttime maps because space, you
Right.
know?
Oh, yeah.
Feels
Yeah.
like it's always dim light
makes
in
sense.
space, you know?
So convenient.
I
you
just
guys,
love
it's
that
such a
Doc
treat.
thinks that she's a good
That's great.
wingman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a side note, Taylor, if you remind me, if anyone remembers, next time when you roll, you actually get a bonus because you're next to me, and we forgot to incorporate that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did remember it, but it wouldn't have been high enough with
Okay.
her roll.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I
for
did
next week, as long as you're next to me, you get a plus to your saving throws.
10-foot radius. Yep. This was very fun, you guys. It was an absolute treat to have all of you here at once. The full cast of Dragonfly Season 2, locked and loaded. Here they are right now, ladies and gentlemen. An extraordinary array of individuals. We'll see when the next time this happens again is, but it was a treat for tonight. So thank you all for joining me. Yeah, closing thoughts here?
Let's see how well that worked out for us.
I should have said you first instead of no, but where we are.
Hmm.
Well, very, very cool. You guys are all busy folks out there in the world doing things. Kevin, what's up with you? What do you got going on recently? Where can people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Kevin Mahadeo. You can also check out the Everything is Super podcast, where Josh Wigler and I talk about all things super heroic. 2 weeks ago, Josh and I did the Batman podcast, and this past episode we did a feedback show with a special guest who is on this show right now. That's right, Grace was on the feedback show along with Ariel. So that was great. We had a really fun time with that. There's of course the YA podcast with another person who's on this show with Melissa right
Waffle?
over there. Yeah, my God, Waffle's great. That'll be a
Alan,
Waffle
surprisingly.
show. Yeah. And the YA podcast is young adult franchises. Right now we're covering the Harry Potter franchise. And for the duration of it, we also have along a third co-host, Brooklyn Zed. And it's been really fun talking about that series and shouting out various charities and authors. It's been cathartic as well. So if you're interested, check it out. If you're not, totally get it. But we're diving into Goblet of Fire next, which I'm excited about because Robert Pattinson's in it, and he was the Batman, and he was in Twilight, which is the first thing we covered on YA. So there's a
Vampires really do turn into bats, right? Can I use that overused joke of the last 2 weeks?
I haven't heard that one yet, actually.
Actually, I haven't either. That's really well done, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They turn into bats, but somehow in the middle they have to die first.
Yes.
Fair. Yeah.
And then
fair.
Melissa buys the dice.
I think that's mainly. Oh wait, no. There's just one more. For anyone interested, there's the extra podcast that Josh and I do, in which is like a bonus podcast. We were covering the first episode or the first season of the X-Men animated series. We finished that, and we were discussing jumping into season 2. However, instead of doing that, Josh and I are doing something else because the no longer Netflix Marvel shows are arriving to Disney Plus, and for a long time, quite a few people have requested it. Especially
it was me, Kevin.
Tessa.
It was me.
Well,
requesting.
you, Tessa. There's so many people who have wanted this. So Josh and I are finally wrapping up Daredevil after covering the first 2 seasons. We're going to be covering season 3 of Daredevil at long last on the extra podcast. I think that's it. That's a lot of crap. So check out some of it. Check out none of it. I don't know. That's it for me.
Busy man. Go follow Kevin for your superhero stuff. The man's covered a lot of stuff. Not to mention Harry Potter, of course, on YA. I'm like behind there. I'm very excited for Daredevil season 3, Kevin. I can't wait to get the avocados at Law back together. Like, I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
It's been so long. I'm really excited about that.
It was well worth the wait. Taylor, you're
on.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy to me. Taylor, what's going on with you in the world? What should people be paying attention to? Anything like you just want to talk about or bring our minds about, or anything we should be thinking about?
Gosh. The world is crazy. Please be nice to each other. It's, things are happening. Please be nice. Please be respectful. Please be cool. Be excellent to each other. All that good stuff, please.
That's the one. Be excellent to one another. Wise. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. Fair enough. Melissa, how about you?
Yeah, people can follow me on Twitter, MelissaW28. Other than YA, I'm also podcasting about Severance on Apple TV. It's real good with the great Josh Wigler and Dr. Amanda. So that's been really fun. We're currently doing feedback shows as well after every episode because there's just so much to talk about. So we had the great Todd the Librarian on our feedback show this week. Yeah, that is it.
Super hype. Good stuff. I'm psyched for Severance. Everybody's telling me it's like really good. You guys podcasting about it is enough to like give me the nudge, but I've heard it's also really good, so I'm quite excited about that.
The show is good and the podcast is good, so it's
Yeah,
double
yep.
whammy. Yeah.
The podcast being good was a foregone conclusion, but yeah, now that we know the show is good, it's really worth it. Kurt, how about you?
Double
man?
whammy
What's
with
going
a
on with
whammy
you?
bar.
Not a whole lot. You can follow me on Instagram at Kurt Clark. Don't bother following me on Twitter because it's just stuff that I posted on Instagram.
Very fair enough. The beekeeper himself. Who's left? Troy, you're right there. Yeah, it's you.
Oh, hey, it's me. So Taylor got the feel good message of the week, which means I can now just shamelessly promote that I'm actually going to be on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there we go. I
finally.
finally have something to promote for myself. So starting sometime after this weekend, you can listen to me and Brooklyn Zed and Dr. Amanda Rabinowitz talk about We Crashed, which is the Apple TV Plus show about the rise and fall of WeWork. And let me tell you, as someone who did a lot of fundraising meetings in WeWork offices, I have strong opinions about these locations and about this company. So I know very little going into the series. It stars Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway. I hope it's at least good production quality. But I try to not spoil myself at all. So we're gonna first 3 episodes drop on Friday. We're gonna podcast about it this weekend, and we're gonna see if it's any good. And you know, this is the risk when you cover scripted television or really any television, is it could be bad, and then you're stuck with it. But at a minimum, with those 2 people, it'll be a good conversation because
It's gonna be great. Yeah.
I've come to believe that pretty much any conversation, one of the 3 of us is going to come in with some pretty hot fire, especially when we talk about capitalism and work. So,
Oh yeah, forget about it.
Sometimes it's very nice when the show is bad. Actually, it's sometimes harder to
I was
podcast
gonna
about
say,
like the good TV. You know,
As Kevin and I
Yeah.
are well aware, sometimes it's easier to talk about the bad stuff.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's too true. The whole like, it's really good. It's really good, you guys. Yeah, it's just only so many times you can say it.
Leto doing an accent again, so I'm excited. Great. He's doing a stupid voice. It's gonna be great.
I'm in completely blank page.
Oh,
I
sorry.
know
Yeah.
nothing. It's fine.
Well-
no, it's great.
Yeah.
I know
am
it's
very
great. I know
excited,
nothing.
Troy. I'm very excited. I'm very happy that you're going to be doing this. Grace, that leaves pretty much just you.
Yeah.
What do you got going on? There's a good list of stuff. I'm so psyched you get to talk about the Batman.
Yeah, it
with
was very
that, like,
fun.
previous crew. Yeah.
I was very excited to get to talk about the Batman. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It's fun to be on Everything is Super with Ariel. Ariel and I are doing weekly movie coverage. This week we'll be talking about Turning Red, the Disney Pixar movie with Karen from Canada. So that will be very fun. Also covering Winning Time with Jason Reed. Our Flag Means Death with Brooklyn Zed, Sarah Carradine. Raised by Wolves coming up on the season finale. Maybe the series finale with Josh Wigler and Sharon Armstrong. Doing sports coverage over on Rob as a Podcast. Rebranded the show as the Offspeed Podcast, dive into different worlds of sports. Our March Madness preview dropped last week, and next week we'll have an episode all about golf. So very excited. Golf claps all around. I'm on Twitter at Hi from Grace for anything else I'm up to. Yeah. Golf claps. Yeah.
It was well synchronized golf clapping. Yeah, I'm here. We're back. We got everything fixed. So I'm going to actually be like streaming things now that I found a workround. Huzzah! Thank God for the internet and its
Yay.
multitude of solutions.
It's not
Um,
easy, folks, but he works hard for you.
I try. I really do try. It's been a bumpy 2022 so far. I got a lot of stuff planned. We have the Wheel of Time role-playing game rocking along, ready to go. That's going to be firing off premiere in April. First weekend of April, I expect. This weekend, time TBD, early in the afternoon in the Eastern hours, very likely. We are meeting for the first official fantasy book club, where for basically the next 5 weeks, I'm going to be talking about Brandon Sanderson, Mistborn, the the first book in the trilogy. We are, yes, indeed, Kevin. How about that? A fantasy book club. Are you ready for it? I'm going to be talking every Saturday. I'm going to be popping up here or thereabouts on the weekends. I'm going to be popping up here to do like the breakdown of each of the individual 5 parts of Mistborn, and we're just going to carry it right along. I'm going to take out the Mistborn
Brandon
trilogy.
Sanderson, didn't I hear about him on Kickstarter or something?
He broke the internet.
No
Yeah,
joke. I was
he
gonna
did.
bring it up with Taylor after we got off air because I was just like, did you donate, and have you seen how much money? Because it's
He broke the
Yes.
internet.
He broke
For
the internet.
those,
The
for
number
those
one
who are
Kickstarter.
unfamiliar,
About he deserves it. He goddamn deserves it.
Yes,
he, needs
he does.
he deserves the recognition that other
Yes, he
authors
does.
have, and I'm just yes. Anyway,
Well, I mean, he's just eclipsed everybody, I think, right? Except for like the Hemingways, like Stephen King, who dat, as like, Brandon Sanderson
Incredible.
just launched a Kickstarter, which is what these guys are talking about. He is a prominent American fantasy author, like the great contemporary fantasy author. If you were to listen to Kevin and Taylor explain it to you, the author who picked up and finished the Wheel of Time series after the untimely passing of Robert Jordan. So this is the only Sanderson work I've been exposed to. And for those in the know, like I'm very consumed by the Wheel of Time in recent years. So I'm eager to crack into his own catalog, as he just launched this Kickstarter about 2 weeks ago, highest grossing Kickstarter of all time. What were the final numbers, Kevin? Like 20 million?
It's
Still
at
rolling.
29 right
Yeah.
now.
He's
and
at
it's still
29
Still going.
million.
Yeah.
To 29 now.
125,000 backers.
$29 million and still going. He is reinventing the publishing industry in a way, as he's like taking the big publishers out, like cutting away the middleman so that he can like get his stuff direct to his people. And I am ready to like take the plunge. So Fantasy Book Club right here with DM Philly weekly. We're just going to be taking apart Mistborn. We'll take it from there. Once we like crack through that series, we'll see where we go. But there's plenty of Sanderson to like chew through as we await these new releases of his 5 mystery books, right? What the hell? Go to hell, Brandon Sanderson.
3 of which, yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Yep.
Go to hell, Brandon Sanderson. I'm just trying to show up and stream video games every week. This guy's writing 5 books. Anyway, I'm ready for it. You guys, thank you all for joining me. This was very, very fun. I feel like there will be a lot of laughing when I go back and rewatch this one. There were a lot of little nuggets of information along the way for you like treasure hunters out there. Go take a look at it. And yeah, with that, I say we will be back next Tuesday for more Dragonfly. Thank you all for joining us. Bye.
Bye.